Batteries. Hmm. And we are live. Okay. So we're back. Sorry about that. A little confusion. I don't know what's
Technical
going on.
difficulties.
I have no idea what's going on.
I think Twitter tried to block us.
Looks like we're strong now. Strong like bull. So our what do you call it? Our Wi-Fi is strong like bull, and I think we're connected everywhere. So I think we're good. Okay. So tonight's show, we're gonna talk about the NFL and MLB pickups, drops, free agents, trades. We'll talk about the NBA getting close to the playoffs. The Bucks, a couple more weeks here, and the playoffs will start. Also, we will talk about whatever dad jokes. I'm sure other things to talk about. Maybe the beer of the week.
We got the tournament. We've got
attorney too big. Yeah, we'll talk about tournament.
There's a lot of free agents,
and we're gonna redo our picks. We're
gonna
do a little team pick out right now.
I think we'll do better without Eric here because holy cow, we got our ass handed to us last week.
So let's start with good, bad, and the ugly. Good, bad, and ugly, brought to you by Pork Rinds.
Lowry's.
Everybody loves them, but pigs.
Yeah, those poor porkers.
So let's start with the ugly. Ugly, Ed, you start with the ugly. You first.
All right, the ugly I've got is you guys see the hockey game, the Rangers game, where they announced the New York Governor Hochul. They bring her out there. She walks out to drop the ceremonial first puck, and it's just boo nonstop. I mean, they're booing the shit out of her. And then they name the players like the player from the opposing team, and they cheer for him, and they cheer for their own guy for the Rangers, and they just keep booing. And then she gets ready to drop it. They boo her some more.
It was kind of like
it was horrible.
Like that. It was probably worse.
Yeah.
What did she expect?
She's I'm telling you, those politicians are so out of touch. They're told, it's just like actors and some of these athletes, they're told every day of their life how great they are.
Right.
And they have no idea that everybody hates their guts.
Blame their parents for telling you, you're such a good kid.
Yeah, it's that whole thing. You deserve a trophy.
Yeah, everybody deserves a trophy, right?
And then they find out that, she's a piece of garbage and everybody knows it. So
right.
They let her have it. Used to be, though, back in the day, you'd respect a politician would come out or, somebody you would just turn the other cheek.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Now, not so much anymore.
Either this way or the other way.
Yeah.
So, no in between.
That was my ugly.
Okay, Willie.
My ugly is, did you hear that, Thud?
What was it?
That was the Big Ten yesterday.
Yeah, Big Ten had a rough couple of days.
Oh, man, that was tough. So, they got, how many teams they get this year? 7, 8? Seven teams. Like last year, they got 9 teams, and then they got one team to the Sweet 16. That was Michigan.
They got 2?
But this year they got 2.
Oh, yeah, 2.
Yeah, this year they got 2.
Michigan again.
Okay,
you got to be out of your cotton picking mind.
That was Hail to the Victor.
It is.
Victor.
Awesome. Hail to the victors.
Hail to thee.
So, yeah, that was really ugly yesterday. Michigan State, Ohio State, Illinois lost yesterday.
Yeah.
And then in the women's bracket, number 2 Iowa, they also lost to like number 10 Creighton.
Well, something. Baylor had a bad weekend too. Number 1 Baylor, number 2 Baylor women lost.
Oh boy! So better hide some shoelaces and belts around that town.
The shortage of extension cords. What's going on?
My ugly was this is my ugly a lot. The refereeing in the tournament, especially the technical call on the Illinois player on the dunk in his game.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah. It was god awful. It was the worst thing to do. The kids got it, and like they said on the broadcast, if he would have let go, he would have flying into the back of the backboard, the thing, and he just swung, took off, and he started running down the court to play defense.
He didn't even know what happened.
Didn't taunt nobody. Didn't like go like this or anything. Just ran down court to play defense right away. It's almost like he got caught in the rim. Like, oh crap, I'm up here too long. I got to get down. I got to go. You know? And he couldn't go fast enough.
Right.
So it was basically lost him a point in the whole thing because they made the free throw on technical. They didn't get a basket out of the possession then, but it could have been. They could have lost 2 points in the whole transition of getting a dunk. Mm-hmm. And in the game, the Wisconsin. Iowa State game, it was. I was at that game, and I was talking to we were talking to a coach, and it was just bad both ways. It was just bad. It was the game was so slow because of all the fouls called.
Yeah.
All the fouls, I mean, guys would get knocked to the floor, nothing, and then a guy would get touched on the back of the arm, and it'd be a foul. It was like, oh my God. I mean, decide what you want to call here. Pick something to call.
Well, the same kind of thing happened in North Carolina Baylor game. It was going really pretty good pace, and then that elbow in the face where the guy got ejected, and then it was call after call after. It just killed the game.
Yeah,
and and then
agree.
Baylor came back because they could take their free throws and then press the whole time. You know.
Baylor was just so athletic. They let him back.
Yeah.
But they let him back. I mean,
don't get me wrong. North Carolina.
Every time they'd inbound the ball to a corner.
Are
you? That's like basketball 101. You don't do that. You never go to a corner in a trap situation ever.
2-5
or a sideline.
2-5 seconds and an over and back.
Yeah, the 5 seconds are the worst.
Oh my God.
I mean, because they were good 5 second calls. I mean, you watch it. They weren't like cheat. They were almost like 6 seconds. It was pretty. I mean, and
they don't like to call those. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Who was the second game in Milwaukee?
A great game, Purdue. And Texas.
Okay.
Very good
game.
I
watched,
and that Ivy kid is all NBA, man.
Oh man,
and he didn't score a ton, but just how he gets to the basket and kicks it out, finds
he is
guys
so
for threes.
Smooth.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he is.
He looks like he's got another gear.
He does.
It's crazy.
It's
we were watching him. He'd come down and he just looked like everybody else, and then he would take like 2 steps and he was like past everybody. He was crazy.
Probably, besides the kid from Racine, I thought Hunter. I liked him a lot. He played good defense. Didn't score as much, but he still was part of the game yesterday. I think my favorite player I saw Milwaukee, hands down, was Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey was by far my favorite player I saw out of the 6 games I watched.
Best looking player I saw.
He was the most NBA ready player I saw all weekend. I think the kid from Racine might be an NBA player one day.
Yeah,
I really do. I think he plays defense really well. He doesn't let me get by him. I was really. I know we could get to it, but I was really disappointed in Davis for the Badgers. I just thought he laid an egg.
Save that for later.
Played better yesterday. He played really good defensively, but once again, he did not. I mean, take the Purdue game, for example. And even the Arizona game, when their teams needed something to happen, their best players took over and hit shots.
Wanted the ball.
Yeah, Ivy had those 2
Demanded
long threes.
The ball.
Davis just disappeared. I mean, he had most of his points in the last 2 minutes of the Colgate game when it was kind of lax, and you knew they were up by 6, but when the Badgers got up by 6 against Colgate, we all felt when we were there the game was over. Colgate, it was a great game to watch. It was impressive what they did, but you could just tell they were done.
They were worn out.
They were spent.
Yeah,
they were spent. And Davis, that's when he got like 10 of his points, and even Ed said it's sitting there. Oh, he's a mop-up player.
I said,
and he did. He scored 10 points in like the last 4 minutes, but he didn't need any of them. They would have won without it probably. And yesterday, same thing. He
looked bad yesterday.
He didn't have the ball. I mean, he was kicking the ball. I mean, he found Davison open a couple times that missed wide open 3. So he did find the right guy. But it's a shame that here's a problem. And I was talking to a couple of guys at work today, and they said this is what they said. And I said, well, they should let Davis maybe handle the ball. And then they were like, well, he's not a ball handler. He's just a guy that is a shooter that gets to the basket. Oh, so he's Middleton.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? He does have the NBA body and stuff. I think he's one of those guys that we think now he'll be a great NBA player. It's weird about the NBA, but I don't know.
He reminded me of Alondo Tucker, kind of.
You're right. That's a great example. Yeah.
That's who I keep thinking of.
Not Michael Finley.
No, he's got that huge body.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got to move without the ball, and then you get him the ball in motion.
I just think, I agree. I just think that they just did it. They laid a pretty big egg this weekend. I mean, Iowa State just imposed what they wanted to do on them. They really did. We're going to be physical, and they didn't try to post up at all. I mean, the Badgers were like, nope, we're not going in there. They didn't try once. I mean, they did it
and then the first game against Colgate,
and like you said,
they missed a ton of shots underneath the hoop.
And it made sense against Colgate because they were much bigger.
Oh, much bigger.
That's all I should have done. And he had Davis out there shooting threes, missing jump shots. Attack the basket. These guys can't guard you. You get one-on-one, isolate them, and go. And it's like against Iowa State, they didn't really want to do that. They were just, we're going to hang out here. Don't get me wrong. It was a good game.
We're going to dazzle them with our 3-point accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was end up 9.2. I think
somebody hit one late.
I was in guy with the guy in the back, 9.2 and ended up 9.6. He told me his buddy looked it up and he said, I don't know if this could be true. If I understood what he said, the lowest 3-point percentage shooting in the history of Wisconsin basketball was in that game.
Is that right?
9.6. And that could be because Badgers usually shoot 3 decent, at least 15, 20%. You'd think every game.
Oh my
They
God.
make one more, they're at 15%.
Well, they were.
probably.
I think they were one of 17
And
at one
and
point.
they had a good open looks. It wasn't like they were taking bad shots. I mean, they had a
Mhm.
couple. I mean, couple questionable. Every kid takes a questionable shot in the game, but they didn't. It was like they were taking these shots. Oh my God, but whatever. I mean,
Well, they're questionable when you're missing them as bad as they were.
Yeah.
Everything's questionable.
that's a good call. So that was my ugly. The referee dunk on the dunk for the Illinois game. That was terrible.
Yeah,
And
we
other
went, we went on
questionable
some
calls.
whole tangent there.
Yeah, that's good though. And that's actually my bad. I'll start the bad. My bad. I'm going to latch on with those Badgers in the Big Ten with Willie. I'm going to agree with that. The Big Ten was just, you thought they'd have a couple more. Purdue, congratulations to them. Michigan, congratulations to them. But it's just a shame Morgan teams didn't make it further because they had so many chances. I mean, they had legit chances. With Michigan State had the Duke on the ropes.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had chances. They just kind of flushed it away. So it is what it is.
Michigan State had the lead, didn't they?
Yeah, they did with like 3 minutes left.
I think it was like they all got outscored 20-6 to end the game or something.
Yeah, it was like 20 to 6.
I turned it on right when Duke took the lead, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. It doesn't look like I don't know
What's
what they're
the game
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So that was my bad. I'll start my bad out. So you guys get to go.
all right. My bad is Ken Griffey Jr. He retired 12 years ago and is currently the Reds' 6th highest paid player. Can you believe that?
It's gonna be Ken Griffey Day pretty soon. Not Bobby
It's like,
O'Neill
it's like they got Votto and they've got the second baseman was with the Brewers.
Scooter Gennett.
No, actually, he played for the Reds
He
too.
did. I'm not lying.
No, I can't think of his name. That ugly guy.
Played second for the Cubs
Yes.
too.
No, for the Brewers and the Reds.
Oh, the Brewers. He's a.
I can't think of his name now.
Ricky Weeks.
No, it's like Mech. I can't think of his name.
We'll get it. We'll figure it out. I'll come to you.
I drank earlier today.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a couple guys that are making a few million, and then Ken Griffey's making I think 3.6 million this year, still on his contract.
Well, another fire sale going on.
You said Ken Griffey Sr.?
Well, it's crazy because people sit here and badmouth the Cubs, and they've made like 23 moves, and not two big moves, but all the rest pretty small, and they're not going to compete this year.
No, they know that.
But the Reds are still ranked.
But I mean,
the Reds have got rid of their whole team.
it never happens for my teams. Never the teams I root for, but never say never. It's always a team that just comes out of nowhere and just plays well with what they got. Are they going to win a world? No.
When we do our baseball preview, I'm telling you, the Cubs are going to finish second in that division.
Yep.
Cardinals pitching's hurt.
Baseball preview will be in
a couple weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
It'll be it'll be championship.
Yeah,
night.
when that night happens, I'm going to pick the Cubs to finish second in that division, but not now.
It'll be 2 weeks from tonight, actually. The preview.
I might change my mind.
By then, you never know. Might have injuries by then. Willie, what's your bad?
My bad is the passing of the professor.
Yeah.
John Clayton. We were just before the show, we were watching the famous commercial where he's doing interviews and he's done with it. He goes, "My segment's done." He pulls off his jacket and has a Slayer T-shirt and then pulls out his ponytail. And they were talking about it on Dan Patrick today, and they always blame Dan for saying that John's got a ponytail. Even when he left to go do his own thing, do his radio show, they still, he'd have Clayton on, and Clayton go, you started that, about the ponytail. He pulls it out, but there's some great commercials with John Clayton.
Nice. How about you go with your good?
My good?
See you good, and then go ahead.
My good is Olivia Miles.
Let's see, Olivia Newton-John.
You know who Olivia Miles is?
Olivia Miles. She came in second to the racing NCAA.
And the swimmer, you mean?
Yeah,
So
the
the-
swimmer.
No, she is the first freshman in NCAA tournament history, men or women's, to record a triple double.
Wow. That is hard to do, triple double in basketball. But in college basketball, the time's not right. It doesn't work out well.
There's never a high assist total either. It's weird.
No.
Yep. So she is
You're-
the first
It was
ever.
It was assist and rebounds.
Yep.
Not blocks. I'm just
Yeah.
not being funny. I don't know. She was
So
upset.
it's the first triple double ever.
by a freshman.
Oh, freshman.
Oh, freshman. Okay, I'm sorry.
A freshman.
But still, that's pretty
Four
impressive.
freshmen.
yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah. So, and she went to Notre Dame. So
Okay.
Did he win?
I don't think they won. I think they lost that first round match.
I bet
Very
she-
interesting
Yeah.
stat though.
Okay.
My good Juwan Howard. Did you see him after the game?
Yeah, it was very
The
nice.
kid from Tennessee.
yeah.
And I don't know which player it was, but he was pretty broken up and he was crying. Juwan Howard walked over and hugged him and, he consoled him, obviously, said something to him. And Juwan Howard, we just saw him get in a fight at the Wisconsin game a few weeks ago. And his interview after this Tennessee game was really good too. He said he was talking about one of the players on Tennessee, and he goes, "Man, he's like a scrapper out there. Plays passionate. He's very passionate player." He kept saying, and and everybody else is kind of like, "That guy's a dirty player," But Juwan's been around the block a few times. He was good. It was a very good scene though, hugging that kid, and you could see how I don't know. He was very caring. It wasn't bullshit. He was actually, trying to help.
He wasn't mugging for the cameras.
Nope.
He wasn't looking for a camera.
Nope.
He was just, hey, this is.
And these kids look up to somebody like him.
Oh hell yeah.
He's won the NCAA tournament. He's been in the NBA. I don't know if he won an NBA title. I don't think he did.
With the Heat.
Did he?
Maybe as a coach.
Did he win an NCAA title?
No, he never.
No, they didn't win.
They didn't win.
Fab
They
Five
lost. They
lost,
lost
yeah.
to Duke.
Yeah, they lost. And at the time, North Carolina and Duke, they lost
Yes.
to.
Yeah, that's
North
right.
Carolina
I
game?
did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought
NBA. Who did he play with the NBA though? The
Orlando?
Wizards for a while.
Or-
The Heat. Didn't he?
He might have been on a Heat team, like as a bench
I'll have
player.
to look it up.
I think
As
so.
a bench player with
But
like
he's-
Shaq and them that one. He might.
But
have
he's
on the
been
bench.
around. I
Oh,
mean, that
yeah.
guy, and you could see he's a very good coach to have on.
He knows the ins and outs.
Yeah,
He
and,
gets
and
it,
these
man.
kids respect him.
And the backstory with that too, he was a player. The kid their paths across with all the AAU basketball
That's what I figured.
because his kid played, and Bronny's kid, and so he got to know this kid, and I think he may have even recruited him to come to Michigan at one time. So because I think he was a freshman. I think this kid was.
Oh, he's got time left to win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
But I mean, that was a good chance for him here. I mean, Tennessee was a good team.
I thought, real good team. They had some scrappy people there.
My good is my good, right?
It is
Yeah,
your good.
good.
Yes, it is.
My good is Matt Ryan going to the Colts and what they got him for was pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
Fourth round,
third round.
pick.
I thought.
That was a fourth round pick.
Really?
Actually, I could be wrong. Where they're only going to pay a salary, and I guess the Falcons might be hit with the dead cat money of the most in the history of NFL, $7 million more than the most ever at $40 million of dead cap money. They're going to be hit with the Falcons this year.
So they're not going to win it this year.
Well, they signed Marcus Mariota right after.
I was going to say, I didn't even see this until just recently. I was like, you think that would be a team like the Packers would try to move Jordan Love onto like that?
They signed
For a
Mariota
future project
within
because-
a heartbeat. They signed him, but maybe you could trade now. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, Mariota, you're not going to really train. He's been there.
2-year deals. They're probably planning on drafting somebody, or maybe waiting next year's free agency. Who knows?
To me,
what
I when I first heard that today, I was like, that'd be a good team to try and just pass him on for a third round pick or something if you
Yeah.
could get it.
So yeah, they gave up a third or fourth. I thought it was a fourth, but the money wise, it's only $20 million this year for 1 year. I think 1 year left, so it's a good deal for the Colts. I think that puts them back in the conversation again. That division is obviously winnable with Jacksonville and the Texans. Jacksonville has upgraded, new coaching staff and all that. Texans are going to be no good, and then you have Tennessee, who will probably be the team they're going to fight with. And I think they might have beat them. I know they split with them last year. I don't know if they beat them twice, but. Great trade by the Tennessee Titans getting Robert Woods for a sixth round pick. I thought that was intriguing, very intriguing to me. I thought I'm surprised that they.
What did I say the other day? I said you probably get him for a fourth round, didn't I?
Sixth round pick.
Wow.
Guys that's a guy I think the Packers should have maybe kicked the tires on. He's young too.
Packers got to have some kind of plan going here because they're not moving on
They've
anything.
been very quiet and they're not really upgrading anything. They're kind of stuck where they are. I mean,
They picked up Tanyan this week.
yeah, they got Tiny, but they're not really Tiny for a year. They got
MVS is going to probably
Douglas
come back.
Yeah, MVS. Yeah, are they Lazard staying?
Yeah. So I mean,
They got
but they got to
Douglas.
have a certain plan because to me, why would you not give up a sixth round to get Robert Woods?
Unless they weren't offered, maybe.
Or he didn't want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Possible.
maybe the Rams were nice enough to him.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they were nice enough to him to say, "Hey, we're going to try trading you. Where do you want to go?" And we'll work with those teams because most teams will give these guys a little bit of a professional courtesy just because
You'd hope so.
we're not going to
He's
trade.
been there for a
And
long
that's the
time.
thing. We're not. Maybe they were like anywhere but the NFC. That
Yeah.
could have been it too.
Yeah.
You don't want to see him again in the playoffs, possibly, and be like, "Oh crap, we got to see this guy again." Talking about the Rams, Matt Stafford got an extension. Will end
Yeah,
his
saw that,
career
yeah.
as a Ram most likely. Was it 4 years, 160?
Yeah.
Something like that. So he got about $40 million a year average. So yeah, so what other extensions for quarterbacks happened? I thought it was another one we saw. The mega deal that Deshaun Watson got, guaranteed $230 million, something like that.
I just can't even believe. I
Fully
can't fathom
guaranteed.
that.
Fully guaranteed. And if you know what his salary is a year?
A lot.
No. His salary is just $1 million.
Oh,
So they built it so they go to take money away from her or whatever. They can just take the salary. They can't take his bonuses.
So wait a second. You're saying he got like a $250 million bonus and then $1 million a year?
$1 million a year. Yep.
That's bullshit. That's a scam. But I can see why they're doing it,
Why
because
they
they're
did it.
afraid that one of these 22 lawsuits is
but
going
it's
to
gotta
pay
be
But
off.
they're
something-
going to go after that. They'll get. They can get that money.
there's got to be something written in there though that he has to pay back guaranteed money if he gets in trouble. I guarantee.
Well, he's
there's
got
no
22 current
if-
lawsuits
if,
going.
If I'm the Browns, there is no way I'm not signing something into my contract that says if you get in trouble for anything, you are all the money you're going to owe us back, at least up to the point you get in trouble. So if you get in trouble, if something happens in game 5 of this next year and you can't play, then you get paid from game 5 back, but everything else you're giving us back, or you're NFL. And that's what sucks for them. I don't know how does it affect their cap. Something happens. I mean, they just can't play for the next 5 years, 4 years. Something does happen.
But now, if it's all in a bonus, that's not going to hit their cap hard, is it?
Well,
It
they're
does.
thinking-
It does
they're-
affect your cap. The bonus affects your cap in a certain way. You can spread it out.
But it's obviously
Right.
got to be a
It's-
better
it's
deal
part of the
than
cap.
yearly salary.
I think it's built more for him. Like he's saying.
Well, that's what they did. They did it for him
Yeah.
they
because
got to have insurance on it. I guarantee.
I just don't understand how a guy had like like him at this point has leverage.
do you think?
He had tons of leverage. It looks like.
I
Well,
don't get it.
Well, because
He had more leverage than Rodgers. It
I
sounded
know.
like.
Rogers must be a real prick.
he said no because he didn't want to go there, and they said, "Hey, what will it take?" That's what the Browns told him. What will it take to get him here? So they pretty much
Well, that's again.
what
How does
they
he have
wanted.
leverage where he's going?
because
if
they're
the-
done with Baker. They don't want
If
him.
either one of the Rough Riders teams from Canada offered him a contract, he should have took it. You know.
But this isn't the first time a contract's been done like that. You know who it was done for the first time?
Let me guess. Is he playing now?
He's back again.
Brady.
Yeah.
So when
That's
he
what I
was,
was going to say.
they
Because
redid-
because what it's
for the-
now
if-
is it cap friendly
for,
to
for
that?
the for the deflate gate when they knew because it didn't happen the same year. They knew it was going to happen, right? Didn't they redo his contract? And so he was only getting this little bit of money, so he wasn't going to lose much, from what I understand.
Okay.
So
Let's see what I had the draft pick up here for him. It was third round. You're right, really third
Yeah,
round,
third.
but still,
Yeah.
I think the Colts will. I think that's a no brainer for the Colts. I mean, they try to get they went after they tried to get Watson, and then obviously the Texans said no. And they tried to get somebody else. I can't remember who it was. Well, I know the Falcons went hard and heavy against Watson. He told them no too, which I'm kind of surprised. I mean, if I'm picking where to play, I guess but cover the bear type thing. Because I think Cleveland can win. Cleveland's got a good team. People don't understand. Cleveland has a good football team. They got a good defense.
Yeah.
They can run the ball. They got a great running game, and they've got. I mean, now and the rumor is they're trying to sign Jarvis Landry back now.
yes, that's what I
They're,
heard.
they're getting him back, I
Yeah.
think. So Landry goes back because he knows Watson's there now. He'll stay. And I don't know whatever happens, whatever else, but they're a good team. But
They're going to have a tough
that
path.
I get Watson. Well, you got the Steelers who. I mean, I hope Trubisky does well. I'm not a guy that.
now you got
I
the
think-
now you got the Colts and the Bengals. So
But I mean, the
or no, the
division.
Colts aren't in there.
Yeah, the division is the Bengals. That's the Bengals
Yeah.
division to lose. I still think the Bengals are the best team now. Especially they signed 3 linemen, the 1 lineman, the
Who's
crown,
the other team?
the
Baltimore.
second crown jewel in the free agency betrayals Armstead. It was Kyle Collins. They got
Yeah,
him
Right,
now.
Collins.
yep.
They got a guard, a center, and a tackle. They did what we all said for months they needed to do, and they were 1 play away from the Super Bowl. I
And
mean,
you
Right.
didn't- how many times I said they won't even. Right after the Super Bowl, I said there's a pretty good chance that team's not going to make the playoffs with how tough the AFC is. But now getting a whole new line,
and they
did what they got to do. At
they're-
least it's giving them a chance.
they're in a perfect position to draft like almost all defense this
Yeah.
next year, and they cut Trey Waynes today too. Trey Waynes was waived, so he's out there.
Did you guys see? You know, we've been talking about Watson, and now Baker Mayfield's like on an island, and
Yep.
No, did you guys see the new Baker Mayfield commercial?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it stars Deshaun Watson actually. It's the one where he you guys. I thought you guys seen this one. I thought I sent it out. Yeah, the maid's like cleaning the stadium, after the game, and she's down there. She's vacuuming under the seats, and then Watson forces her to give him a happy ending. A lawyer then hands her a stack of money. Oh, it was a hoot.
I did see a pretty cool meme. I think that's what the kids call them. It said Baker Mayfield's final commercial, and it was a yard sale out in front of the Paul Brown Stadium. They call it still. That they call it. I don't know.
Well, that's what
No,
we're
Paul
calling
Brown,
It.
Cincinnati. So
Yeah.
Cleveland was some. No, Paul Brown. No, that's Cincinnati. I don't know,
Cincinnati,
whatever.
yeah.
But in front of the Browns Stadium, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's comical too. And I believe it said Progressive on the corner. So I don't know if it was a Progressive commercial joke because he does it for who? Oh, Progressive. So yeah, so it was whatever. I don't think it was a joke, but it was funny. I mean, just like
Yeah, I think that's great.
funnier than Deshaun
Other
Watson.
than mine.
Yeah, yours just kind of. It was built up to be comical.
I only got 10 minutes on the toilet before the show.
The thing, your joke ended in a lawsuit.
Well, the other part of that whole Deshaun Watson too. I don't know if you guys heard that either, but he knows what his weakness is. You know what his kryptonite is, and he knows it's massage parlors. So we're going to have more in
That's all of ours.
Atlanta.
That's
or
all of
in
ours.
Cleveland. You know, so
See, but the one thing in Atlanta, they never had to deal with a quarterback with problems.
A friend of the show, Sparky Pfeiffer, just texted me.
oh yeah,
And he said that they know the NFL will suspend Watson, so they made the money he will lose per game minimal.
right.
And his contract lays out like this: his base salary this year is $1 million. Signing is 8.9. His cap is 10, but then as it builds up, it's 46 per year. Then it's 8. It's straight up 46, 8.9 signing bonus each year, and then his cap hit is 54. So it's exactly the same every single year. And I'm guessing that's what he's meaning by that.
Right.
that
Yeah.
it's
If he was going to get hit, he wasn't going to get.
yeah, it's not going to get dinged for the whole like you
Right.
said, like you were kind of explaining. Yeah. So I still don't understand how he was fine. Like this is way different than Trevor Bauer to me. You know, we were talking about Trevor Bauer's show. Trevor Bauer was one woman who has been said to have been the same way with other men.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's their business. When you close doors in the bedroom, that's your deal. But this is like let's just say let's just say 15 women. Okay, let's just say 15 to be.
It was more than that.
Well, but I'm just saying let's just
Okay.
be 15 because we know it's at least 15. 15 women said he did this, and this. I mean. It's insane. And like you brought up Brady a minute ago, Brady's the same guy, but the NFL was spending 4 games or 6 games, 4 or 6.
4 games for
4 games for never being, and they just released this about 2 months ago that said they never found anything.
Right.
He never was near anything of the ball. They never found cameras that he did it. He lost 4 games of pay for here's the thing. Cheating or not, he's cheating at a sport. Okay, big deal. Doesn't affect anybody, but it doesn't really hurt anybody. They're all gonna make their money if they win or lose, right? Right?
Yeah.
So, but this Deshaun Watson could have. This is crazy to me.
well,
$200 million to a guy who, I mean, I just don't get it.
Calvin Ridley makes 1 bet, loses a year,
Yeah,
right?
You're right.
Yeah.
But the same thing. They did the same with Roethlisberger. Same thing happened. to him.
Roethlisberger, yeah,
A couple
6
women
games,
accused
wasn't it?
him, 2 or 3 women, but then he still got to make all the money after it happened.
Yeah.
It all went away and nobody talked about it again. He was the hero of Pittsburgh, and it's crazy. It's just insane to me. It's I don't know.
Got to win games, man.
They don't live in the real world, man, and they want to tell us how we should live our lives and what we should do and what we should do and believe, but then they sit there and how can here's the thing. Not one NFL player thinks this ain't going to step up and say anything about this. There's obviously some married men that play on that team, and their wives are like, "Really?
You're not going out
I
with
know.
it.
I'm thinking the same
I mean,
thing.
it's just insane. I mean, you can't walk in the GM's office and say, "This, I'm done. Get rid of me,
But
trade
yet,
me or something. I don't want to be here no more. I can't."
you guys remember in baseball, John Rocker said a dirty word on an interview,
Done.
and it was an undercover interview that
Yeah.
was.
And it wasn't very great. It was very uncolorful, but it was words.
Yeah, I forget what he even said, but it was something making fun of the indigenous people of New York
Yeah.
City or
When
something.
he was riding the subway.
In the
you know?
subway,
someone in the
about
subway.
subway, and
Yeah.
it's dirty. I just don't.
And he was like blackballed out of the baseball, and nobody would play with him because he was such a horrible person. But a guy that possibly
When you say
I don't know
it
what
is
you'd
still-
even call it.
It's still what do they call it? Alleged, but man, 15 or 20. Well, it was over 20.
22.
Yeah, 22. It's just I don't know. I guess we could sit here and go I don't know for 2 hours and we never get an answer. an answer, but I don't know. I said it again.
Somebody brought up today, I think it was on the Dan Patrick show, where they were asking multiple players, generally during a career, how many massage therapists do you have? You know, and they're all like, one.
Yeah.
One.
The same one that comes
One.
they have their personal that comes to their house, and they have them come to their house, and it's legit. The NFL players, a lot of players get massages to keep them. They get them like 2-3 times a week to keep them.
If you remember, though, Peyton Manning had a massage parlor thing when he was in college.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah, when
he like
was there.
yanked his wiener out or something.
He smacked on her forehead or something.
Something like
That
yeah.
was-
It was, you know, again, there's it goes back to there's a difference when you're 18 years old and a stupid kid, but I mean that's still pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
You know, but again, but okay, so now Peyton Manning does it. He's loved too.
Yeah.
But again, it was a one-time thing. There's not a 53 times where he hit a girl in the face with his penis, different girls, you know,
Yeah.
but you know, so it's, I don't know. I know it's a business and they're just going to cover it up because it's a big business, just like every other big business does, you know, Amazon or whatever.
Oh, yeah, they all. I mean,
Oh, they pay slave labor. What? Shut up. You know,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
You know, Scott and I, we both have
No
daughters. If
shipping
that
for
was to
you.
happen to them, we'd be pissed.
yeah,
Oh,
would you
yeah.
not be pissed if
Heck yeah.
Yeah, my daughter came home and told me, "Well, yeah, I'm saying this guy did this to me." I'm like, "What?"
All right, where's this guy live?
Yeah, I don't care who he is.
yeah, right.
I'm bringing Ed in his arsenal.
I don't need my arsenal for something like that.
And when I say arsenal, it's fists.
Yeah,
That's
I'm going
right.
to bring the guns.
It's a gun show, right? Let's. You're listening to the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Check us out on Facebook at Basement Benchwarmers, also on Instagram at Basement Benchwarmers, and on Twitter at Base Benchwarmers. And our email is basementbenchwarmers@gmail.com. So I don't think Urban Meyer will be back in the NFL ever. Did you hear that the players have been saying now he didn't know who guys like Aaron Donald and Deebo Samuel were when he had no idea who these players were on other teams?
Are you kidding me?
No, that's what they're saying. The thing in here I kind of laugh as though I laughed at this when I read this. What did he say to John Brown? Comment was in a practice. John Brown dropped the ball, and this was taken as him. Another thing, mark against him, which I kind of laughed at this. He said he threw the ball to him and he dropped it, and then he's like, "Hey," Urban Meyer said, "Hey, Trevor, throw it a little softer for him. You know, the ACTs down in the South aren't so good, or the grades aren't so good down from the South, or whatever." It was an off the cuff joke about whatever, and that's also in here, which I don't. Another thing in here, James Robinson, he fumbled in the first quarter of game week. We heard about. We remember.
Yes,
this.
we heard about.
He fumbled.
That.
He pulled him after he fumbled. Never put him in. Then he put it back in the game down by 30, and they run the ball in the fourth quarter. Now, I agree that's kind of a professional weird thing, but I mean, you're an NFL player. Here's the thing.
You still want your stats,
but you become the third stringer now because you were benched.
Well.
Who gets put in the mop-up time? The third
Right.
stringer.
and do you
So
want
I'm
to
not-
work your way back into the lineup, or do you
Yeah.
want to and get your stats?
I'm not, yeah, and that was Bernie Parmalee was the coach, and he said didn't agree with that, and Meyer took zero responsibility for the incident, which is true. He should have came out and said he was my third string running back. I put him in at the end. I benched him. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's Urban Meyer. He's an idiot.
Yeah. I can't agree with much he did anyway.
Do you know what he's doing now?
He's coaching somewhere, right?
No, he's not coaching. He's at Ohio State, but he's there. I think he's helping players with
Math.
NILs.
Oh,
He's probably
with
going,
what?
"What the hell is an NIL?"
the licensing kids can do now and make
Oh,
money.
okay.
Yeah. So, what is he getting a cut like an agent?
Yeah, that's what it sounds
That's all
like.
I can
Why
think
else
of.
would he do it? He
Are
ain't
they-
doing it for the
or-
good
or
of the
do
game.
Or do they make an office for him and say, "Hey, yeah, come back and do this. We'll pay you $50,000 a year because you don't need it anyway, and we'll donate to it, whatever." Well, I don't know if he donates anything, but I don't know. But that's Urban Meyer. He doesn't seem like he was too.
But he's not in the athletic department. He's not, as a coach with Ohio State, but he's working with Ohio State on name, image, and likeness. So
Here it is. He said, "Hey, Trevor, you got to slow it down for him." Meyer allegedly said, according to the Athletic, "Those boys from the South, their transcripts ain't right." And at one point, he belittled a grown man so bad he cried.
That he
The player cried.
that's how bad
he
he is.
lit into him that bad.
What is he? Oxonas or
I don't know.
The tennis player's brother?
Josh Lambo got kicked in the leg. He's make your effing kicks, he told them before a preseason game. Didn't know who Debo was, Jamal Adams or Aaron Donald. The most toxic environment a staffer has ever been part of. So that's Urban Meyer. Matt Ryan was traded. We talked about that. What else? You got anything else right now, guys? Before we move on to some other things.
Winston's back with the Saints.
Yes, 2
Yes.
years, 28, $14 million a year.
Man, I missed everything the
Yeah,
last couple days.
Also, I'm trying to think NFL big news. Any players that moved? We did talk about Von Miller last week. That was part of the conference. 6 years, 120. He got that right after our show.
We haven't
Yeah.
talked about Devontae.
yeah,
Oh,
Devontae's.
Yeah, Devontae. Devontae Adams was traded to the Raiders for a second round pick this year, and he's going to be getting was it 150 or
Yeah, it's like
30 million?
27 something a
Yeah,
year.
he was offered the same by the Packers, but that's what they said. Whatever. He decided to go to Vegas. He was college teammates with Derek Carr.
He's got really pretty eyes.
And the more you
Yeah,
read
he
about
does.
stuff, people are and a lot of people. I think we speculated the same thing, and I said the same thing. I think, or one of us did. Maybe I was talking to guys.
Yeah,
like
this
Bo
happened
with-
like Tuesday after the show,
yeah,
so it's been a while.
Yeah, and I talked, and I really believe that a lot of this people are. It went from this on social media to, oh man, Devontae, why? Oh, we're gonna miss you. You're the greatest ever. Packers, you suck. For blah blah. And then when they found out he didn't take the same amount of money, they were all like, he sucks. He's overrated. He's washed. He's too old. So typical stuff we talk about fans. But I think the reason he left, and this is honest to goodness why he left. He says he can't. I don't think he wants to be tied to a situation he doesn't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years. He doesn't know. It could change next year again.
It could change in 50 minutes with Rodgers.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, Derek Carr obviously isn't as good as Aaron Rodgers, but Derek Carr wants to play football at least for 4 or 5 more years that he's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not great, not the easiest division. I mean, I get it. Devontae and the draft capital, how many teams would have gave up, and maybe that's the best Packer deal in the Packers. Maybe they worked it out, whatever.
The part I liked about this deal, like you're just saying about the draft capital, is essentially he wasn't on the team. He was a free agent. They could have let him go. Then they franchised him. And within it was only a couple days later, they traded him and got a 1 and a 2 back for him. So, I mean, obviously, I'm hoping they planned that because they stole a 1 and a 2 pick essentially for a guy they didn't have on their team that they could have just let go.
I think, well, that's what they said right away. I think I believe that what happened was when he got franchise tag, when it came out that he wasn't going to play for them,
Yeah.
I think he walked in and said, I want to be traded. And I think that probably caught him by surprise a little bit. Because, I mean, they probably wanted to work something out because they did offer him the same amount of money. So they were prepared to figure it out for him. They were prepared.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's just weird that it's not weird. I mean, if this was
Obviously,
if Rodgers
they
was
had
31
plans.
years old, I don't think Adams leaves.
No.
I don't. I think it has a lot to do with looking at Rodgers going, well, if we do
He is
it.
playing the best football of his career right now, though, except
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
And I think I don't know. I think Devontae has a little bit to do with that. I think Devontae's probably the best receiver he's had. Jordan Nelson was a great receiver, all the guys that, but Devontae I think was the best receiver he's ever played with, and he helped him get that way. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
But he had speed. His route running was incredible. With Jordan Nelson was a great route runner too, but Jordan Nelson wasn't as fast either.
Oh no.
Jordan Nelson just don't want to get old.
And it's funny is there's been a little bit. If you, I read the Twitters.
Twitters.
Yeah, I read those sometimes, and because they're pretty good on these type of
Mhm.
things, because you get a lot of crazy people on the Twitters.
Yeah.
And
The Twitterverse.
You don't have to read a lot either. Was
No,
150 characters.
you're about six Twitters in, and then all of a sudden it's like it's going ape shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of them were kind of we gotta trade for Robert Woods. We've got to get Julio Jones, and we got to get. Then we need draft 2 with our first picks. We should move up and trade for DK Metcalf. It's like, this is fucking crazy. You know,
Well,
these
Metcalf
people-
was gonna be too much.
and he's a 1-year deal anyway.
I like Robert Woods if they could have gotten for it, but like we talked about, I think the Rams, like we said,
Too
I
cold.
think they said you're
It's too
well.
cold.
I think they said you're not going NFC. Anybody in the AFC will figure it out.
right.
I guarantee that's
Right.
what they said to him.
and the Packer fans forget they have short memories. They're like goldfish. That Devontae Adams was a 2nd-round pick, I believe. Second.
Yeah, second, I believe. Yeah.
His hands were awful. It took him like 2 years before Rodgers even trusted throwing him the ball. And they were like, we
Well,
wasted a 2nd-round pick on this scrub.
And this is the
if
scary.
you remember, I Packer fans should
that's
remember
true.
this.
Yeah. Adams was not well liked.
People were like, we
Yeah.
wasted a 2nd round pick.
No.
Why don't you just draft a quarterback in the 1st round? Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, that was a different time.
So yeah, I agree. He was, but
And like, they can't get another one in the 2nd round. I mean, it's still going to take a year or
but if
two
it
to
takes
develop.
2 years, I mean, then you're stuck on year 3.
But they're
whereas
at what,
if
22 now? If they actually take one with their first pick, they should be able to
well,
get a guy
the
that can pretty
rumor
much.
is the guy from kid from Ohio State,
Olave.
yeah.
Well, you guys should be thinking too. I mean, you're probably gonna have Cole Beasley, Will Fuller.
There's still a ton of guys out there.
Because Beasley got
Yeah,
like,
Beasley.
Devin
he got
Funchess can come back
released by
again.
the Bills. So
They're talking MVS is going to come back, so they're still going to have almost all their receivers except for Adams, which is obviously
I just really think nobody in the NFC.
nobody can replace.
I don't think anybody in the NFC North has done anything to make.
Right.
The
I don't
Bears
either.
Bears are in a different situation. I don't think they've done anything to get better. It's the pack, and the only thing with the Packers 2 signings with the Bears signings is funny because they're signing receivers, but they're not signing anybody that's gonna. I don't think gonna help. Well, I don't know, but they're all guys they've kind of had. It was good. I like the pickup of the kid from KC,
Dingle. Or
Yeah,
Pringle.
Pringle, but he's not. I don't think he's a number 1, obviously. And then I do like I like the couple moves they made. They did fine. I mean, there's nothing special about them. They're doing what they got to do.
But they need the depth anyway.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to build depth for later. And they got a ton of money for the cap next year, so it is what it is. But
that's where the Packers are going to struggle this year. You're going to
depth-
see it that depth.
and the thing is with the Packers, which is really rare with them. Okay, and it's weird they've done it this way. They were cheap. That's why too. I believe when they signed Douglas and the linebacker back, they're both guys who've had like 1-year wonder type guys.
You ain't kidding. There's a lot of question marks there.
There's a 1-year thing on him. Like Rasula's going to last, and once again, systems build players. And
Yep.
maybe the system the Packers run fit, and they do. They fit those guys.
Mhm.
And if those guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Jair Alexander, people's like, oh, let's extend him now. No, you don't. You don't extend. He's got 1 more. He's got 2 more years left.
Yeah, I think. Well, they can franchise him one more too. Yeah,
He's not. He's got a year left on his
he's
deal.
got a year left on his
So
deal. And
you
one
don't do
franchise.
He's been injured last year. You don't owe him nothing.
Yeah.
If Douglas plays like that again next year and Stokes keeps developing, Jair Alexander is going to be
Well, they're going to draft a corner.
gone.
Those first 4 picks, they're drafting a cornerback or a safety. I guarantee.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't. Jair Alexander's the last guy I'm looking to sign. That defense was fine with him last year.
Yeah,
they survived. They wasn't their cornerbacks that didn't play one in the playoff game. Their defense played fine in the playoff game, so their defense was fine. It's just it's. I don't know. We're gonna see in the coming weeks, and
they don't have a lot of competition. It's going to help them out. They're not going to have to score as many points as that. They're not going to have to go out and outscore teams.
Well, I think Minnesota is the only problem they have because Minnesota did beat them last year head to head.
Yeah,
and then they actually they beat them in the second game, but because
the Packers are usually 6-2 in the division.
4-2.
How's it go? 4.
It was only 6 games.
6 games,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
So 4-2 or 5-1.
4-2, yeah.
So I mean, that's where they get a lot. I mean, if they start splitting some of those games, so say the Bears squeak one out on them.
Yeah.
Detroit, I don't see it yet, but
I think their special teams might, like we talked about stuff, or they're bringing Crosby back, which
are they really?
That's what they said they're going to try to work him in, and I'm kind of against that.
They should have got rid of Bakhtiari and kept Billy Turner and
I agree, and Patrick.
Yep.
I think they should have figured out a way.
I think it's a big mistake.
Yeah, and they're not being built. I mean, I don't know if Tev Thompson was obviously the evil guy, didn't pick anybody up ever make their team better, but they were always good when he was there. The one thing they do at Thompson is that he always had the linemen. He always had offensive linemen there, and this is 1 year that their offensive line right now is obviously it's gonna be tough to draft 3 or 4 linemen. They're all gonna hit. I mean, they
guess
draft 1 or
of
2,
them,
and one's usually pretty good, and the other one's a good depth guy.
Yeah.
It works out. It always works out, but they're like plugging. There's a lot of holes.
They're one injury from being in a kind of scramble
because their depth was really good last year.
Yeah,
their depth was really.
That's
good.
why they can
They
let
were
those
legit.
guys even go. Tauscher was, or not Tauscher.
Who's the
Bakhtiari was out, and Elton Jenkins was out.
Yeah,
They're 2 top guys, and they still held it together.
Jenkins is back next year.
Yeah, he's back.
Who's the guy they lost in the free agency? Who's 2 guys? Oh, Billy
Turner.
Billy Turner and Patrick.
Patrick. I mean, Turner started. I think Patrick was a backup. I don't know.
Patrick played all 5 positions.
Yeah,
but more of a guard center, which he's taking James Daniels' spot for the Bears.
Yep.
Which is fine. That's what he needed, and he's about the same cost, a little cheaper, and he's
used to the weather, and
he's been in
the division.
Yeah, he's been in the right offenses too. He knows how to play with good players. So,
and that Packer offense does move around. That line is pretty mobile.
Yeah.
So the Bears, maybe they're moving towards that. Guys, you don't have to have as great of blockers if your quarterback can move away from the pressure.
Yeah, and it's all about decision making too, and it's going to take time. Even if they draft a receiver, It's going to be a second round receiver, and who knows? Maybe they're still going to pick one up. I don't think they will this year. They're going to be smart and wait. There's got to be a plan for the future. They got the money to spend next year, so maybe next year they hit on that big.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Maybe in 2-3 years from now, we're sitting here going, "Oh, Cubs are champs. The Bears are champs. The Bulls are champs." All the let's not get crazy. The
Bulls
Blackhawks.
The Bulls actually had their best chance, maybe, but their chances have dwindled the last few weeks. They've kind of went down the wrong road a little bit. But yeah, so the what about the Lions, Willie?
Yeah, what about them?
they made a couple moves.
They made a couple moves.
DJ
Shark.
Yeah. So that's a nice little pickup. I mean,
I have him on a dynasty team. He's like $18 or something. How was it? It was something like that, $18. And I'm like,
went up to 25. Now he's with the Lions.
No, I was like, I just picked him up at the end of the year. He's on the IR. I was like, oh, maybe next year. That's a pretty good spot for him. He's going to get a lot of throws in that offense.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, it was Amon-Ra was the only guy there.
And he came on strong.
Obviously Hawkinson and Swift but actual wide receivers, there was only Amon-Ra. So that's a good spot for him.
I'm just looking at their
the quarterback
picks they have this year. They got 2 picks in the first round, 1 second round.
They got the second pick though, don't they?
Yeah, number 2, and then they got the pick 32 from the Rams, pick 34, pick 66.
So it's 32 and 34s are essentially late first round picks. I mean, they're right at the end or right at the beginning.
Yep.
So that's
why not? I mean, that second. I mean,
second pick. I'd trade back 5 or 6
spots. Depends what they want,
spots.
because I know that they got a couple good defensive players up there.
Right.
Might be like potential.
I heard an
changing edge rusher.
I heard an edge rusher.
Well, the kid from Michigan.
They're saying he's going to go first now.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, Hutchinson.
If he's there, you'd have to take him at 2. I mean, you have to.
Thibodeau from Oregon too.
Yeah, he's an edge guy.
Yep.
The kid that tore his Achilles.
Then those guys, look what the Bosas and those type of guys have done when they've gotten the league. Or you got to take them. They changed the game. Who's the guy with Cleveland? Miles Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Those and the guy at Washington who disappeared this year, but
I think he'll be back. Chase
Young.
Yeah.
But those guys, when they're there, you have to take them almost. They can change a game.
Mm-hmm. A couple other players signed last. Chandler Jones was signed by the Raiders. Carlton Davis went back to the Buccaneers. Allen Robinson, we talked about, I think last week, went to the Rams. Did we talk about that? Maybe not.
No, we didn't say that.
Allen Robinson went to the Rams. Randy Gregory left and went to the Lions. Who's the guy that backed out of the deal with the?
No, it was Randy Gregory went to the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos. He backed out of the Cowboys.
With the Cowboys.
He left to go to the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah, they released it like, Randy Gregory's back with us, and then he's like, no, I'm not. And then he's the Broncos the next day.
Yeah. Many other guys. I had a couple guys on here. Nothing crazy. Ryan Jensen stays with the Buccaneers after finding out that Tom was coming back. It took kind of a hometown discount type deal. But overall, a couple guys still out there. Akeem Hicks is out there. Clowney's still out there. Dwayne Brown, offensive tackle, but 36 years old. Gronkowski's still out there. Odell Beckham, Barnett, Melvin Ingram. If it wasn't for Beckham tearing his knee up, he probably would have been scooped up already.
Oh, yeah.
MVS is still out there. Patrick Peterson, old, but could be serviceable to play your secondary nickelback. Fournette's still out there. And Fournette visit the Patriots. Rumor has it. Maybe going back to see Bill.
Man, they got a lot of running backs there, though.
Yeah, Eric Fisher, off tackle, 31. I made a nice pickup from the Colts. And that's about it. Jaquiski Tart is out there still as a safety, and Kareem Jackson also.
What was that name?
Jaquiski Tart.
That's
Jamie Tart.
I didn't make it up.
Yeah, I don't care.
Man, everybody else on here is not really. Let me see if anyone jumps off the page that are still out there available. Joe Hayden, 32, old for a cornerback, though. AJ Green, if you want that. Sammy Watkins, 28.
Is Julio Jones still available?
Julio's not on this list, but he is available.
Is AJ Green, Julio, all those old timers that are all falling apart?
Yeah, AJ Green's he's not on here. It's weird because he should be on here, but he shouldn't be ranked too high. So I don't know. Unless he signed. Did he sign with some AJ Green
or
Julio Jones? No, I don't think
so. No.
So, well, whatever. But yeah, check it out. Alex Kappa is the guy. He actually left the Buccaneers and went to the Bengals. But I wonder if he left if New Tom was coming back. I think he left before that.
Might have.
Yeah. But then he went on to sign. They went on to sign that Brown guy, right? The Patriots got traded for him right away.
Right.
So they filled the spot instantly. Which is teams like that. Just I don't know what they do. They just they know what they need to win, and they just fill them instantly. I mean, it's like the guy left to go there, and then Brady came back, and they signed him. They signed. One of the greatest signs, kind of on the radar, was the Russell Gage to Tampa Bay. Was a great signing. I think it was one of the best signings of the offseason. It's just quietly underneath. It's going to fill that spot. Hopefully that Godwin's going to leave open. And when Godwin comes back, they got tons of receivers there. They're just a good, deep receiver team. And, of course, you got Evans still.
So what's Atlanta doing now, losing Ridley and Gage? And
Pitts is going to be catching and throwing the ball to himself. Remember in the yard when you were younger, you throw it up and try to catch it?
How would you like to have any of their players? Like somebody like I know we had a rookie draft in a dynasty league, and they picked Pitts, and they spent some money on him.
Yeah,
now there's nobody to throw to.
Now
him. You don't have a running back. You don't have a wide receiver.
You have target. You don't think about it. The only good thing about that, like
if you get a shit quarterback, he's going to dump it off to him.
And you're going to be down.
Yeah.
So you'll be chasing.
That's why I kept Hawkinson for so long.
Might get 10 catches, maybe.
That's
8
true.
Catches,
good point. Yeah.
When ain't going to start well
in
the games.
No. Oh my God.
So yeah, so those are the things going on baseball wise. Freddie Freeman took Chipper Jones had some comments about Freddie Freeman. He was offered the deal, and Chipper Jones will actually have it right here. Jones actually told him, let me see what I can find here about it. I know, Freeman's negotiating stance. Chipper Jones did not agree with it. He basically said, I do not agree with the way that this was handled on Freddie's side. If you want to play in Atlanta, you play in Atlanta. You maybe take a little less to be happy and play in a place that is comfortable for you. The second, Freddie told me that he rejected a 5-year, $135 million deal after the All-Star break. I told him, you're playing a dangerous game. You go out in the free agent market, you get courted by all the pretty girls that are on the block. Chances are you're going to come back. If you take the time waiting on a 6-year deal into January, Atlanta has a job to do. So he actually took less to go play for the Dodgers. And obviously the Braves never talked. Basically, that's all they offered him, and that's why I ended up getting Matt Olson. And so Chipper Jones wasn't a fan of what he did. I still think, big picture-wise, Freeman's a great player. Was the MVP last year, correct?
No. Yes.
Was he
in the World Series?
Who was the MVP?
No, it was maybe in the World Series. I thought Solar.
But he was Freddie Freeman was
he was an MVP like 2 years ago.
But he was a MVP candidate this year. Again, he had a good year overall.
Yeah, who had the MVP this
Maybe
year?
it was Solar. He got signed by the Marlins. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, who did get the MVP this year in the National League? I'm trying to think. Was it Freeman?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't remember.
I think it would have been like Tatis or one of those guys.
Oh, it was Tatis didn't get it.
Soto. Was it Soto? No.
Yeah, he might have been. He got beat out by somebody because I remember Tatis probably would have won. Or did Tatis win it?
I don't know. We have to look it up.
NL MVP.
Well, you're looking that up. Trevor Story signed 6 years with the Red Sox to play second base.
Oh, wow.
So they have Xander Bogaerts.
Oh, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And then let's look up World Series MVP.
I thought it was Solar.
You're right. I believe you're right when you said that kind of.
And I didn't watch much of all. I mean, whatever we watched here.
Yeah,
Solar.
Yeah,
because I think Freddie was either hot in the beginning and cooled off, or he got hot towards the end.
I mean, he's a great ball player, but I don't see what. To me, I'm a different kind of guy, though. I figure what's the difference between 140 and 150 million? There's really no difference. You're happy. You got a home there. You raised your kids there. Yeah. I can't pick it all up to go to some shithole like LA.
But I think he's from that area, correct?
He's
from California.
That would make more
maybe
sense.
Maybe his wife's from there too, and that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, see, you can't knock a guy if he's actually going there because he wants to be there and be close to home and family. Then I get it.
That's a different thing.
It's nice that it ends up being the Dodgers that you end up on. doesn't hurt your chance of winning and getting and more deals and or more. But I actually think the Braves made out in this deal. I think the Braves did a great job getting Matt Olson, a solid replacement for him.
They've done well.
They did a good job. I think they're going to get Acuna back. Acuna was hurt. Was he?
He's out. He's out for a little bit still,
but he'll be back this year at some point. They got the who's the other guy they have that's pretty solid.
Well, they traded Christian Pash, who was going to be their next outfielder for Matt Olson.
They had the other guy, Acuna, and somebody.
They got Elbies.
So they got a good young team. Yeah. They got good pitching.
And they re-signed one of the outfielders. They still got that.
Jock Peterson?
No, they. I think that was it. The guy used to be from Minnesota. Was it not Escobar? I can't think of his name. He was in Minnesota for a while. I think he re-signed. They've done a good job. Their team's still stout.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good team.
They're going to be good. Well, they were good last year. They did what they.
It's not like when they had Sid Bream at first, and
Terry Pendleton at third.
That was good. Those were good teams. They were scrappy.
Very good teams.
But
they're always involved. Never won. They won once though, right? Bobby Cox won one World Series.
one
Yeah.
out of like 5, I think it was. It was bad.
They always had like these bad luck games where they like
Yeah.
get beaten the last at bat and stuff like that. It was crazy
Mhm.
for a team to every year take that pounding. But
Oh, they picked up Kenley Jansen.
yes, that's a good pickup. I like it.
So now they got 3 stud relievers too. I think because they have Will Smith, Jensen, and somebody else.
Carlton too. Will Smith and Carlton.
I thought you meant Steve Carlton.
Steve.
It's like, oh, he's lefty coming out of the pen.
It's not unusual to be loved.
Shit,
by
Steve
anyone.
Carlton. Now, if he pitched in this day and age, he would strike out 400 guys.
And
Heck
being
yeah.
about 200.
Probably.
You're getting a lot of fights.
Carlos Correa signed with the Twins.
Yeah, 3
The
years.
Twins are
10
like all
3
this-
years, 105.
Yeah.
And,
Great.
it's
And
how
they
old,
said it's really a 1-year contract, but
yeah, how old is he?
he's pretty young.
27.
Yeah, I think he's
so.
That's a
27.
smart deal. Though. 3 years, 105, and 3 more years. I'm gonna get 3 years for 205.
Well,
Probably the way it's going.
Again on the Twitter sphere.
Yeah. Twitterverse.
It's the Twitterverse. Yeah, that one. The Cub fans are just belligerent about that one. They're like, why didn't we sign him? Because you've got 7 top 100 shortstops right
And
now.
Brennan Davis is killing it.
Yeah, he
in
looks
spring
good. He looks
training.
legit.
He's 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
think
it's a
Brennan
great
Davis-
signing because he'll get another big contract yet in his career.
I really think if they should bring him up, pretty much
Start him right at the beginning.
Well, do the service time scam, which is fine.
It is. It's legal.
Who you
That's their
talking
rules.
about?
Brennan Davis.
Oh, okay.
The
All right,
Cubs.
yeah.
He's a shortstop, correct?
No, he's
I
a
thought-
center
He's
fielder.
center field. Ooh.
I think he's center field.
Yeah, center field. Right. I'm sorry. And
You
they,
saw him play last year.
then they have like 3 or 4 shortstops. They got. in the
I
farm.
looked yesterday at the top 100 prospects. The Cubs have 7 players inside of there, 3 shortstops, 4 outfielders.
So going to deal some of those shortstops.
And then that's why they're in, or one of them's probably going to move to third base. One's going to probably move to the outfield or first base.
Yeah.
Because they're big guys too. They're not
Well, they got the kid too from Atlanta. We got a.
Bryce Ball.
Yeah.
He's outside the 100.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like around 200.
I like his potential. I think
I do too because he didn't play much.
something
He's
about
al-
him.
he doesn't
He's got
have
the size that makes you think he looks like Casey at the bat. Doesn't he a little bit?
They have a lot. The Cubs have a lot of prospects in the top, especially 200.
Yeah.
You're talking almost, I would say 15 or 16 guys in the top 200. And people want them to make their moves now. And these guys are all like 19, 20. Some of them are younger.
No,
It's like you're 2 to 3 years away yet.
the Cubs did it right when they were on the cusp. They added John Lester.
There's no reason to sign a
Yep.
Castellanos right now and a Correa. There's just no reason to
You
do it.
mean you do it when like the John Lester sign was perfect. It was right at the right time. They
You
signed.
got to find
they
that pitcher.
Get the
now.
reliever. They got Chapman in a trade that helped them win a World Series. They did stuff with good. You don't go trade for Chapman for this team.
No.
It
doesn't make any
So
sense.
you get 30 saves and you win 80 games if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean that makes no sense.
So the only problem right now is Hendricks is going to be done before they make their next run.
Yeah, he'll be traded.
Yeah, he should be.
I would trade him. He's on a pretty good contract too.
Yeah, he's
still.
on a great contract.
Yeah.
So but they're still 2 to 3 years away from. It's gonna be the same thing. There's gonna be a glut of players coming up, and if they get one high draft pick here, like another Bryant type guy or a Schwarber, where those guys only took a year to get up there.
Yeah.
And that's what they're
Hoping for.
Yeah.
Unless they get lucky and they get the Trout effect and get someone like that right away.
that ain't happening.
No, Trout don't happen very often.
No.
But yeah, so anything about since we're in the area, anything about the Brewers that you've heard or seen?
Well, I think we talked about this last week. They picked up McCutcheon.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be a platoon DH essentially there. I think with was it Rowdy Tellez or Broussard?
Yeah.
So they got those 3 guys.
Who's the other big guy? That big monster they had last year.
Matt Stairs? No.
No, the big heavy dude that played first a bunch. Now they have
Oh,
this-
Volkenbach or
Yeah,
Vol-
Volgabach, the
Volgabach.
ex-Cub. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's gone now.
Oh, okay. Although it makes sense to have him now.
I don't know.
Big lefty that can play DH for you. Right, he's a lefty, right?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
believe it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, that's their team. I mean, I
The
just don't.
Brewers could have made more moves.
The
here.
Brewers are a very frustrating team because they don't go ever like a Rizzo would have been. I mean, would he have came to Milwaukee? Probably not. I mean, but Schwarber, I mean, that's a guy that you could kind of, lefty and Miller
They got
Park.
they got their 3 pitchers, and they're bringing up. They've got some young
They have
pitching
a
that's
top
coming.
100 that Aaron Ashby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have him in our dynasty
okay.
team, and he's still in the minor league. He's still got minor league eligibility. So
Yeah.
Ashby's coming up. They've got Ethan Small. He's a fringe guy that's going to be coming up this year. They have an outfielder too, Joey Weimer, who really made a jump last year. He jumped like from 200th ranked up to like he's in the 40s. So they say he's maybe at the end of this year going to be up. So they've got talent there. And Louis Urias, they're expecting a big year out of him this year.
Yeah. He had a good year last year.
He had a pretty solid
Yeah.
year. Yeah, I carried him in a couple leagues. I mean,
Yeah.
he was worth keeping as at least a backup or a second baseman.
The problem is going to come. They're going to, but see, that's the thing about this team. They're almost in a win now situation because
I agree.
those three
Because the
pitchers
Cubs are down. The Cardinals are really down this year with
the
their
Reds are going to be
injury.
down. The Pirates, I
Yeah.
mean, that
Pirates and the Reds are
that division's
garbage.
theirs to lose. It really is. And
And they just picked up Willie Adames, which was a great trade last year.
but the three pitchers they have, they're all coming about the same time. I think we looked this up last year. They're all going to be coming due like next year, the year after.
And so does Hader.
Yeah,
They're all about the same
you
time.
only
They're
have
gonna
2 years left. You got a 2
I
year window
agree.
here. This is it. And also we have to remember, and who was the one last year that struggled down on stretch pitching for them? One of their better pitchers became very average the last month of the
Was
season.
it Burns
I think it was Burns. Who was the other?
or Woodruff?
One of those. One was lights out though. Who won the Cy Young?
Burns.
And he
So
was
is
fine.
Woodruff.
Woodruff became very ordinary. I mean, he was on fire the whole year.
And they run a six-man rotation. So they're going to be running, I'm guessing, Adrian Hauser, Eric Lauer, and probably Ashby would be their sixth. Right, Willie?
Yes. Yep.
So, I mean, and the other thing is Freddie Peralta the real thing, or was that just his one big year, you know?
Probably he's never been like. I mean,
He's
that's the thing.
He's decent, you know.
Baseball is everything's about a law of averages. And you when you have a career 4.8 ERA and then 1 year you come out and have a 2.9 or 3.1, does it keep going or you bump back up to 4? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
And with Yelich, I mean, how if he doesn't come back big?
Yelich is a big thing for them because his contract was great 2 years ago. Now it's not a great contract because he's not playing well.
He's not holding up to
You're
it.
Well, they got their
He was a
outfield
steal, but
now.
now he's a
Yelich, Lorenzo Kane. I
bum.
mean, I don't know even who know the other guys.
And that's
out
maybe where they're tied to not signing people because they're paying those guys. And of course, every time they go in,
there. Hunter Renfroe too. They picked up.
oh, okay. Every time they go into these Hunter Renfroe, the football player.
Yeah.
Same name. That's
Yeah.
Every time they go into these situations, these lockouts, and we're the smaller market teams still end up doing the same thing. Can't spend, and they trade guys away. This isn't fixing baseball. These lockouts. It's still. I understand. A lot of teams without the money, they always come to the top and win. They can win and win World Series, but it's tough to compete on a day in and day out basis with some of these teams. Like the Red Sox have done a bunch of stuff in the last week. Their big sign was, like you said, Story. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting, but the Brewers are very frustrating
The
because
rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And a couple of these teams that can win it don't do anything.
And baseball is a sport where you can actually add one frontline pitcher, and you can bump your team in the playoffs in the World Series if he pitches well, obviously.
And you guys forgot about Schwarber. Did you mention him?
Yeah, Schwarber to the Phillies.
Phillies,
I think
I think we talked last week.
Did we? Not,
you?
Yeah, but he got what, a 4-year, $90 million deal or something like that, or 5, and he got a good deal. I mean, but
he got a good. He was. We. I don't know if maybe we didn't. Maybe we were just bullshitting in the car, you know, on the way to the games. But the Schwarber is the only guy in the Cubs that's really they made a mistake on. I believe they got rid of Arrieta at the right time. Didn't re-sign him. They got rid of. I mean, Bryant still got money in his. We should talk about that contract too.
Yeah.
Baez though, that was the right time. He's never gotten better. We thought he was. We both have picked him as MVP in the last couple of years.
And he took nothing from him. I mean, but he got 5 years, 1 4 years, 6 years, 1
Rizzo took a smaller
2
contract.
years, 36.
Yeah, I think Bryant's contract is probably smaller than what the Cubs offered him.
It was. The rumor out there was, did you get the Schwarber contract popped up? I thought you had it.
Schwarber's the only mistake they made. They should have kept him.
But the thing about is that, like, Bryant it was one of those situations. I mean, almost,
4 years, $79 million.
Okay.
He's 29.
Almost
years old.
Rogers-esque when it's a story that you say one thing and it's different because he said he was never offered anything by the Cubs. I was never offered anything by the Cubs. And then he's interviewed by two Chicago reporters. Jesse Rogers was one of them.
Yeah.
Went out there and talked to him. And they talked to the interview and you never offered. Well, I did get offered a deal after the World Series. He was offered a 6-year, $200 million deal right after the World Series in 2017. That would have been, and he said no to it. And now he ended up making like less, like $13 million less on the total contract, signing this deal 5 years later. So I'm like, what do these guys think? That lying is going to make the organization look bad, make the owners look bad. They offered you, and you want to stay? That's how much you love Chicago, I guess. I mean, I guess the more and more I hear about certain guys, like, yeah, I could care less. I hope, I'm glad. Go play in Colorado, a team that dumped Nolan Arenado for money problems. And I think, and this may be just, I like Bryant. I think Arenado is a better player than Bryant at this point.
For sure, yes.
Hands down. I mean, it's not even close.
Yeah, I don't.
Besides maybe the versatility behind Bryant, he can play outfield, but I'll take Arenado a third all day.
I bet Arenado could play the outfield if you put him out there.
Yeah.
He'd probably make some freaking diving catches too.
But it's crazy. I mean, they did the same, and everybody. It's more of a question mark why the Rockies would do this. Just dump Story. You can go. Or Story played there, right?
They dumped Story and Arenado,
and then go get Chris.
And then go get Chris Bryant on a huge contract, and it doesn't make.
And you know what? You don't want to win.
I don't think anybody wants to listen to us talk about this because it's been on the freaking channels for the last week.
It's a typical money.
It's ridiculous.
It's a money grab. I mean, that's all he wants. He doesn't want to win.
Yeah.
He's not going to win. He's not going to win. Why not come back to Chicago? But they didn't probably offer him that. But you could have stayed in Chicago for 5 years. Well, it'd be almost at the end of the contract. So, but still, he declined that deal. It was like, wow. So I don't know. I like everybody. Owners are bad and all that, but we don't know everything that goes behind closed doors. And the owners are pretty close. I'll give the Cubs credit. If I'm the Cubs, I would have came right out and said, no, we offered them this. Well, they never did.
I think
they took the high road and said, you know what? Believe what you guys want. Here's what we're doing.
Everybody badmouths the owners and the general managers and these guys. I think they're a lot more professional than we think.
Oh,
I guarantee they get shit all the time. And they just, because here's the thing is if they go, oh no, Bryant's a pussy. He did this and he was whining about that. They're not going to. So then when, Bryce Harper comes along,
can't do it.
He's like, no, you called Bryant a pussy,
I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to play with you in that. So they're very professional about that, where the players can pretty much do whatever.
What would players do now if Steinbrenner was still around, George? Because George called him out.
Yeah, but they wanted to win.
I give credit.
It's a different.
Yankees only organization that can make people get rid of facial hair.
He made them shave their mustaches and their sideburns.
And Charlie Finley was the opposite guy at Oakland. You can have a beard, you can have your mustache, whatever you want,
But then Catfish Hunter went over there. Reggie Jackson went over there. Who else? There's a
Jose
few more.
Canseco. I was kidding.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He didn't have facial hair though. Oh, did he have facial hair?
Trim those sideburns, Mattingly. From the Simpsons.
Yeah.
Hey, here's one thing that everybody hasn't heard about baseball. So they asked Buck Showalter, who had the better deal on Seinfeld. You were Keith Hernandez. He says right off the bat, he goes, hold on here. He goes, I had to join the SAG to do the episode. And he says, I get taxed $19 every time this episode airs. It's the Chaperone 1994. So $19. He goes, I've lost money on this deal.
He gets taxed every time.
$19.
What's he get on it?
I don't know what his check is for it, but
sounds like it's a lot less than $19.
You got to pay your dues for the SAG, and if that's the only thing you've ever done, he's got to pay money into it. So I saw him the other day on TV. I almost didn't recognize him. I cannot believe how gray he is now.
Yeah, who's he coaching now?
The Mets, right?
Is he back with the Mets? I thought he was. Yeah.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
So, you guys, we'll talk about the tournament in a minute. Let's talk about some other things. What else you guys got? Anything? Willie, Ed, what do you guys got? You guys gotta have something. You gotta have trivia or birthdays or jokes.
You know what? I did find a 4-leaf clover on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
but it only brought me half the luck because of inflation. Pretty good.
I have some on this day in sports history.
Okay.
Art Modell purchased the Cleveland Browns for this amount of money. It was a record sum at this time, 1961.
Well, let me think. Let's say $60 million.
I was going to say high. I was going to say 3.5.
Really?
3.5?
Yeah.
You're real close.
5.
3.925.
Really?
Wow. What year was that?
1961.
Okay, I'm thinking the Lakers, but then so within 11 years. That was late 80s though. Never mind. I'm thinking of
no. He bought the Lakers in the 78.
Yeah, but it was 60 million or 65.
Yeah.
But that's a long time.
That's about right though. From 60 to 80.
Yeah. Okay.
20 years almost.
I was thinking 71. Yeah, whatever.
This team in 1964 beat Duke 93-83, and they had a 30-0 record.
What year?
1964.
I'm gonna guess Kansas.
It's not UCLA either.
It
Is
was
it?
UCLA.
I thought that was
wow.
before their run.
It was a
That's what I
start.
thought.
It was a start of their run.
Oh, okay, nice.
This
Who has the most wins in tournament history?
As a coach or team.
team
Saw it this weekend. It was one of those top 5 things.
probably Kansas, because they were good back in the day.
Hold on.
No,
Close. I think they were in the top 5.
Oh man, I'm thinking.
Oh.
And we know it's not UCLA because that would be too easy. I'm gonna say Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky is the winner. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Those Adolph Rupp racist teams.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're only playing white guys. It's like their center's 6'2".
Yeah.
So on this day in sports history in 1970, you guys will remember this because you probably may have watched it every Saturday afternoon.
1970.
Yes.
I
Baseball
was
Started in 70.
Baseball
Started
bunch.
70, but you watched it on every
da da da.
every
da-da-da.
Saturday throughout the year. The whole year.
You know what it is. Da 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 da.
Dun, dun, dun. It's
This week in baseball.
nope.
Oh God.
Twib
So,
notes.
Vinko Bogataj crashes
Oh, yeah, the
during a
agony
ski
of
jumping
defeat, yeah.
championship in Germany.
Wild World of Sports.
His image becomes the agony of defeat
Yeah.
guy.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, when you said it, I'm thinking it's baseball season
That,
because we're
did
real
that start out-
close.
how'd that start? The music of that show. It
Uh,
wasn't
some-
dun
That-
dun 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 dun. That's the
No.
Olympics. That's the Olympics.
Dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun. It almost sounded almost
Monday
like the
Night Football.
so
Yeah.
almost sounded like it almost sounded like it.
Oh, okay.
The
have to play.
thrill of victory and
And
the
the
agony of defeat.
Some
Some young kids wouldn't even know what that is.
No.
heck no.
But we saw that every single
That's
Saturday on the
time you
wide
s-
world
yeah,
of
you'd
sports.
watch it because they throw like
And before Wild World of Sports was on, they would have
Twib notes.
the PBA bowling with Chris Schenkel.
Oh, Chris Schenkel. Yeah. Yeah.
Was that when Earl Anthony and Anthony Earl were on there? Or?
Earl Anthony, the lefty.
Yeah, I saw. I remember.
Then you had 1984. The NFL owners passed this infamous rule.
84.
84.
The Tuck rule.
Tuck rule.
No,
I was gonna make my joke too.
it was
Jesus.
it was an anti rule.
Antitrust rule law. Whatever. It wasn't an antitrust suit.
No.
Anti-rule.
Oh, you couldn't celebrate.
Yes,
No
anti
celebrations,
celebration.
yeah.
That's right.
They got rid of the fun bunch. The fun
Yes.
bunch.
All right, guys.
You found it.
Let's see.
Oh, spanning the globe.
Oh.
Nice. Peggy Fleming under.
Guy bit it. went into the fence.
It's like teeth flying everywhere.
Oh Christ!
Oh my God, they had soccer Pele.
Yeah.
It was Jim McKay, right?
Jim McKay. I was just gonna say who was the announcer.
Jim
on that.
McKay. Yeah.
Oh, here comes a pole vaulter. Let's see what happens.
Oh, it goes up his sphincter.
Oh, he made it.
Oh, that's no fun. What ain't bloopers?
That was
It a
probably
real show.
Bob
It was a real
Severin.
show.
Muhammad Ali fighting there.
Yeah.
I can't see who he's fighting. Might be Smoking Joe. Oh no, more skiers coming down the hill.
Oh God.
Oh jeez. Oh, it's awesome.
Man, they used to have some crazy. Do you remember when they
The barrels.
barrel jumping
barrels was
on roller
crazy.
skates?
I don't remember that.
Or was it
Ice skates. Ice skates with
That
barrels.
sounds dangerous.
Yeah. One other thing on this day in sports history, in 2019, this Japanese baseball right fielder finished his career.
What year?
Ichiro.
Ichiro.
Oh yeah.
Japanese.
Well,
Birthday.
the Cubs just signed. If we didn't even mention that,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Suzuki. I think his name's Seiko,
Yeah, something like that.
and no
Or
relation.
Rolex.
No
Rolex
relation.
or Seiko.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Rolex Suzuki doesn't sound good.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, so another Japanese outfielder they've already had Kosuke Fukudome, who's still playing professional.
Yeah, 47 or 48 is he?
Yeah,
I
he's
just
up
saw
there.
that video. Yeah.
Yeah, he crushed a home run. He was a fat guy though.
Yeah. He never hit homers with the Cubs.
No.
Who was the guy that played with? Was on the
Yeah.
Cubs World Series team. The what is it, like the big goggles? I don't know. He made the rest of the season with them. Maybe he got let go. But
Really?
he's with them.
In 2016,
I thought he was with them.
was he Asian,
Yeah,
Japanese, or
I
Korean?
think yeah, one of the other.
I'll look it up here while
Look
we're
it
talking
up.
about this.
Birthdays. This guy was born in Dearborn, Michigan in 1966. I think he had the record at one time for the hardest slap shot.
Paul Newman.
Dearborn, Michigan.
I don't know.
So wait,
That's
is it,
yours, Ed.
I'm thinking it's the guy from Boston.
It doesn't say what team he played for. I don't remember what team. I thought he played for the Maple Leafs. I could be wrong.
Isn't it?
L.I. Frady.
Yeah, that was Boston.
Boston. Okay.
Yeah, at least that's when I
Yeah,
remember him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
had a
he shot hard.
really hard. And then on this day, Adrian Peterson
Beat his kid.
he was born in
I'm sorry.
1985.
Oh, 85. Okay.
And then we're talking about skiers dying. I don't know if you guys remember this
Jeez.
guy.
Yeah,
On this date, Spider Savage.
I thought he was going to do Sonny Bono.
No. This, well, it's kind of funny that he was shot by Claudine Longet. Do you remember her? She was married to Andy Williams.
Andy
From
Williams.
1961 to 1975. And then she turns around and shoots this guy in 1976.
Moon River. Was that Andy Williams?
Wow.
Andy Williams was Moon River, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I'm
think.
still looking up your Cubs guy with the goggles. And I have no idea what you're
Okay.
talking.
Well, I could be wrong here.
Hold on.
I may have been drinking. Who
I'm
knows?
getting there.
You got any more?
There's Munori Kawasaki.
I got some music.
Oh, Kawasaki. You're right.
Yeah,
It's got to be
Kawasaki.
The small-
Kawasaki.
Yeah.
He was a small little dude.
5'10.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
I don't
little
know if he
bit.
played, but he played that year though. You're right.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is 1 year deal.
Good call.
Jeez. Sorry, I got this. I'm looking at this roster now. Solar, Schwarber, Hayward, and Dexter Fowler, and Alberto Amora in the outfield. Almora just signed with
The Mets.
no,
He left
just
the Mets.
Cincinnati, maybe.
I like Almora.
Infield: Baez, Bryant, Coughlin, LaStella, Rizzo, Russell, and Zobrist. All those guys are other players. Zobrist retired, obviously. Oh, and Jameer Candelario either. He's Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
And catchers are Contreras, Montero, and David Ross.
that was a good team.
Yeah, I mean, but it's crazy. That's only 5-6 years ago, and that whole team is pretty much broken up. I did see a thing kind of on that Cubs thing. The Yankees infield is now made up of Rizzo at first, DJ LeMahieu at second, Gleyber Torres at short, and Josh Donaldson at third. All Cubs.
Yeah, they were
Who's this for the Yankees?
The Yankees, whole infield's former Cubs.
Wow.
former Cubs. So we doing beer, Willie?
We're doing beer.
Well, let's go to the 10th then.
I like beer cause it is good. I drink beer because I should. If there was a song to sing, I sing it and beer you bring. I drink beer when I am sad, cause the beer it makes me glad. Now there's nothing left to say, so let's go drink beer. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Beer is good.
And beer is good. We're going to have a beer here from One of Us Brewing called Little Head. It's a New England IPA. And it has, let's see what it has here. It's got oats, Carrot 20, Vienna malt. It's got some hops in it, Tomahawk, Amarillo, Mosaic, Citra, and Azaka. Blah, 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 hoppy, blah, blah, fruity, character, blah, blah. Notes of grapefruit, tropical, citrus, blueberry, and pine, blah, blah, smooth and refreshing, blah, blah, blah. And it's packaged by Public Craft Brewing in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I bought it with my guy haircut, another haircut beer.
There you go. That's awesome. On the camera here.
Little head.
You guys want some beer?
Yeah.
I almost stopped there tonight. I was on my way. I was like,
That's what she said.
Hit the wrong button. Little head. That's what she said.
ended up going to La Fergata.
Wow. Ooh,
But I was
smells good. I'm not a big IPA guy, but it smells good.
almost stopped at Public instead.
Oh, did you?
Hey,
Yeah, I
it's,
went by it.
it's floral.
It is very floral.
Oh, I don't mind it. So I was
Pretty
asking
good.
guys, I was
That's
asking guys
hoppy.
a question. While we're drinking our beers here, let's do some. Well, I forgot to bring this up football about the NFL. Is this the most quarterback movement you've seen in years in the NFL?
Jeez.
Undrafted, just in the
I bet
offseason, quarterback movement.
Over like 2 or 3 years.
Since the merger.
I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you're not having like small little time names being moved. I mean,
Yeah.
even Matt Ryan's a fairly big name. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But anyway, the beer is good.
Oh, I did find something else out too. Juwan Howard won 2 championships with Miami back to back.
He was with the
Yeah.
Shaq Ray Allen years and Dwayne Wade.
Yep. I'm guessing 12 or 10, 11, right around there.
Yeah, Shaq's last go. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, nice.
The
So I
only
got
thing I
that.
don't like about this, it doesn't tell you how boozy it is. You know, what the ABV is.
Did you guys see this week?
Let me see.
Number 8, Alexander Ovechkin passed Yager for 3rd place on the all-time list.
Did he really?
You guys want to name some of the other guys that are on that list?
Third all time in scoring.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Can I guess first?
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Well, Willie's gonna get the second one, no problem.
Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe, then Ovechkin and Yager. Then we got another guy that played for the Red Wings at the end of his career.
Federer.
No.
Oh, at the end.
That's good.
I don't know.
And his dad was also a star too.
Oh,
his dad's on the
Hull.
list too.
Hull.
Brett
Both,
Hull.
both Hulls are on the list.
Mhm.
There's a guy from way back in the day. I want to say he was the
Pete Mahalvich.
guy from Montreal.
Ooh, Glenn's calling.
Glenn is.
Want to talk to me privately or normally?
But then there's okay. So
hold
there's
on. Let's put him on the air.
okay.
Sorry.
Go
There
ahead.
you go.
Hello. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, you're on.
Can you hear me?
You're on with us on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How's
I
it
thought you
going?
guys were done.
No, we're not.
Good. What's going on, guys?
Good. How's it
I'm
going?
at the back. I'm at the back door.
Oh, you're at my house?
Yeah.
Oh, then come on down. I'll unlock it right now. Okay.
Get him in the studio.
Okay. Bye.
So some of the other guys on
Yeah.
that list, Willie, that you'll remember, Marcel Dion.
Oh, yeah.
That was Montreal,
Played
wasn't
with- yeah, you played with the Kings too. LA Kings.
it? Okay.
Probably towards the end of his career.
Phil Esposito,
Oh.
legend.
Yeah.
Mike Gartner from the Rangers. Then it goes Messier, Iserman, Lemieux, Timo Solani, and then a bunch of Red Wings like Luke Robitaille, Brendan Shanahan, Dino Ciccarelli, whole bunch. I can't believe he was up that high. Joe Sakic. So pretty good list there to be on, especially if you're at the top of it.
I just want to make a point. So we got the basketball game on here. We got the
Glenn's
women's
here.
game.
Play your theme music. What's up, Glenn? Oh, hold on. There you go.
I should have been like Saturday Night Live. Pizza delivery.
Land shark.
Land shark. That's one of
Candygram.
the greatest. Is the dumbest thing. But it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
It is.
Candygram.
So it brings you over. Well, I thought you'd come over earlier, but
Well, I looked on Facebook and it looked like you guys were done. So I was gonna come and chat about our little trip.
oh, we got to get the room for Monday.
That and we have to talk about a ride home.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. It's not like you said come.
What are you guys hanging out with? Deshaun Watson?
Did you guys go out and buy some slacks together?
I did. No, I bought some nice golf pants. I bought, but they're black. Like they're nice.
Are you gonna be like Troop?
Who's that?
Oh,
Oh, Troop. Yeah, you're right.
Afro.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna order a bowling jersey, but I might just buy one there and wear it the second day. Like,
Yeah, they'll have good deals.
I'll wear a collar shirt the first day and wear a bowling jersey the second day.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just put it on there. I don't care.
Just walk in without a shirt and say they gotta
It
sell
is
you one.
Vegas. They ain't gonna kick me out, are they?
Paint one on.
Hey,
Paint one on.
hey, they didn't say anything about no shirts. They just say you can wear certain shirts.
That's right. That's right.
So now if you wear the rumor I heard is if you wear your bowling shirt to Britney Spears concert, you got a shot.
You're banging.
Yeah, you're
As-
banging.
as the
Well,
kids say.
she's nuts. She's
I-
crazy at this point in her life.
You know what I like?
every day there's a picture of her with her boobs hanging out on Instagram now, which it's like,
Is it
okay,
really?
well, she's like standing.
We
there
gotta
with
get on Instagram.
weird,
Yeah,
provocative.
yeah.
No, they come on when I on
MySpace, we
AOL
don't see anything.
AOA headlines and stuff. They'll show it and you click it, and it's like
I gotta look
she's
this
standing
up.
there like just like every day. It's like, okay, you're nuts. You're literally nuts.
The one thing about Britney Spears is she still looks good at her old age. You know, you can clean her up. She's white trash,
What
no
is she,
doubt.
40 something? She gotta be 40
She's gotta
something.
be around 40. I don't know.
No, she's probably in her late 30s.
You saw her show, right? Though.
Yeah.
It was good. You said.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean,
And she's officially an adult again. They took that.
conservative shift or whatever
yeah,
they call
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's 41.
I think
Oh,
she's
wow.
40. Yeah,
40. She'll be 41 in December.
It's like me. When's your birthday?
same day as
December 2nd.
same day as Molly's.
Ah.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
You should see Molly's Instagram.
whoa, hey,
I was like, yeah. No, Britney Spears, one of those girls where you're like, yeah, she's like one of these big star, starlets, probably like a Marilyn Monroe where she's crazy and you don't know you got a shot with her. If you can get her away from the people watching her, seriously, she makes bad decisions.
K-Fed.
You're telling me I
Yeah.
got a chance?
If you were in a hotel and you just happened to see her down at the ice machine, there's a chance.
We're hanging out at Planet Hollywood when we're there.
All
All the ice machines.
By the ice machines.
There's gonna be pictures.
Hey, bring your walkie-talkie.
We got earpieces.
You wouldn't believe who I met. You wouldn't believe who I met at the ice machine.
You guys are like 16 candles. The guys wear the head.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
Female
That's
persuasion over here.
That's awesome.
Oh wait, maybe you don't have a chance. She was married to Kevin Federline. That guy was a pretty good winner.
That's what I think.
It
Two
reminds you
kids,
of-
2 kids with him. I think.
2 kids.
Yep.
And then he was on a show because he was overweight, right? And he tried losing weight on that VH1 show.
See?
Yeah.
See, she
He
likes
was giant,
overweight
too.
losers.
Not like just he was giant.
But he did have a hit song, Popo Zao. It
Popo
means bring that
Zao.
ass in Portuguese.
Popozao.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dish I'd order in Portuguese. Right? Guess what? Popozao.
See, next time just order it. See, I'll take the puppos out. They go, what?
Yeah, bring that ass over here.
Or just yell it to the waitress.
Popozao.
Boy, he must really like the food here.
You should have that on there.
Popozao. That's
Yeah.
what might be next. You never know. What were we talking about?
I think we're going to talk about
Basketball.
the tournament pretty
Oh,
soon.
the tournament. Yeah, tournament. So we moved into the Sweet 16, and a few made it, a few didn't. Gonzaga, Arkansas.
Specifically, 16 made it.
Yeah.
Good call, Glenn. That's why you're here.
1 and a 4 seed. That is chalk. They call it, right? 1 and a 4 seed.
Yes.
Then we don't have so much chalk in the other region. We have Texas Tech and Duke. Oh no, it's chalk too. 2, 3.
Duke,
That's
yeah.
a chalk. That's a chalk bracket. The West. It's chalk. 1, 2, 3, 4 made it.
I still don't get that.
It's chalk. It's like it means it's
They-
status quo.
They kept moving the way they should
Yeah.
be moving. They're high.
Oh, okay.
You're 1
the-
versus 4,
the
2
lower
versus
seed
3.
kept moving through.
I got you.
Now in the Midwest bracket, we have 1 versus 4, Kansas versus Providence, but then we have 10 versus 11 in Miami, Iowa State, and in the I got messed up here. In the South bracket, we have 1 versus 5, so it's not too far. Arizona, Houston, and then we have number 2 Villanova versus the Michigan Wolverines, number 11 seed, moved on also.
Oh, we got to pick these. Oh,
Yep.
these are tough ones.
And then in the East, we have Carolina and UCLA, 8 versus 4. And then we have 3 Purdue versus St. Peter's, number 15. The shoe is still fitting, and it hasn't got to midnight yet for St. Peter's. Get it?
There might
Yes,
be a pumpkin
and,
pulling up pretty soon.
Yeah, that's what she said.
The Purdue team's pretty good.
So let's pick. Let's pick. Let's see who we get. So let's go through. Well, Glenn, you can hop on and pick with us tonight. Take Eric's spot.
You're gonna have
Sure.
to tell us again. We don't have it in
So
front of us.
Texas Tech versus Duke. Who do you got, Ed? Go ahead.
Duke.
And then Glenn, Gonzaga, Arkansas.
Gonzaga.
Willie, let's vote for Zags Duke here. Zags Duke. Who do you vote? Let's go around table.
Zags.
Glenn.
I got Zags.
Zags.
Okay, so we're gonna go with the Zags there, winning that game. And then we have Arizona, Houston. Willie.
I'm gonna go with Houston.
You're going with Houston, okay? Against and who they
Playing
play?
Arizona.
Arizona. So you're going with the Cougars. I'm going with Michigan, Villanova, and I'm going with. Michigan.
Oh my
I should have went Villanova.
That's what I was waiting for because that's my pick to click.
Michigan. I'm going with. I'm just for Willie, but
Okay.
I like Michigan. They're playing. They're hot. Right now.
Howard's got him going.
So
man.
Michigan versus we'll vote Michigan versus Houston.
To go to the Final Four.
Yes.
God. I got to take Michigan in that deal. That's a perfect deal for them. They're going to be at 11 in the Final Four at the rate we're going here.
Yeah, and to cross sports in honor of Brady coming out of retirement, I'll go with Michigan as well.
Oh, I gotta redo this here because I didn't mess up.
And then
Who'd you say? Michigan?
Yes.
What'd you say?
Michigan.
and with Michigan also getting the number 1 seed in the NCAA hockey, I'm going to go with Michigan as well.
That
I thought you were going to say I'm going to go with the
I'm
other
gonna
team.
go with
Villanova.
Notre Dame. They're not playing.
Okay, in our bracket, we have. I gotta find it's kind of confusing here. Okay, so we have Kansas Providence, sir,
Kansas.
and then Glenn. We have. I lost my spot. Oh, Iowa State, Miami, Florida.
Iowa State.
Okay, and we got Kansas or Iowa State. Let's vote.
Kansas.
Kansas.
Kansas. In honor of Kevin.
So I'll take Iowa State. I want to flip a coin. Okay, so the next bracket, final bracket, we're gonna have North Carolina, UCLA, Willie.
UCLA.
UCLA back in the Final Four. I like it. And then we have St. Peter's, Purdue. Purdue. I think the slipper falls off this week. I hope. I think not hope
Because
but-
of Ivy.
yeah, Ivy's just pretty good.
Ivy's going to creep up them and
Dude, he's smooth, man.
UCLA, Purdue.
Purdue all the way.
Purdue.
Sure, I concur.
Okay, so Final Four. Let's vote. Purdue, Zags.
Zags.
I got the Zags on mine.
Yep, Zags. You want me to say Purdue? I'll
Nope,
say Purdue.
nope, no.
And we can flip a corner.
Michigan, Kansas. Let's vote.
Michigan.
Kansas.
Kansas.
Michigan. Got a coin?
You wonder why we're in last place in the other one.
Here it is.
Heads will be Kansas because they're a higher seed. What's it say? What is it?
Oh, jeez. Of course, he fucked that up.
Nope. It's heads.
Was that a
Heads,
wood
so
nickel
heads.
you got from Benjamin?
So
Benjamin
Kansas,
Franklin?
Gonzaga. Zags.
I like Gonzaga.
Okay.
Zags.
So we still got Zags winning. So that's our readjusted pool. Let's see how it works out next week. We can talk in 2 weeks. We'll talk about it because
Where are we on the list out of the 169 teams?
Ask Willie where we are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where are we?
Oh, wait, we're at 42 basement bench warmers.
Are we who's our winning team? Gonzaga?
Gonzaga.
Oh, okay. Well,
We had we had Gonzaga, still good.
okay.
Arizona, still good.
Mhm.
Then we had Baylor and Auburn. Ugh.
Wah, wah, wah.
We have a lot of red X's. The only one, let's see what we still have left in the South here on our list. We had Arizona and Nova and Arizona going. That's it.
Hmm.
Everything. Oh, we still had Houston, Arizona. We picked.
Oh,
We
nice.
did pick up to Houston, Arizona. We had Houston beating Illinois.
So to this point in the tournament, what do you guys? Let's take St. Peter's out of the equation because obviously they're the biggest upset at this point. We would all agree. What do you think the biggest upset? Another big upset that you thought was really surprising to you when you saw it happen. And obviously, I know we all know Baylor lost, but just that could be it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Your biggest upset
Let me see here.
to this point.
I had
I gotta be honest. I was really shocked with that Michigan over Tennessee.
Okay.
I really was.
I'd say, I mean, North Carolina, Baylor. It's a 1-8. North Carolina, they were decent, but they weren't that good.
I was kind of shocked with Auburn losing to Miami
Yeah, that's another
because
one.
they were a top,
And
they were
and
I had them picked as a Final Four too.
and Auburn never led that game.
they were dominated the whole game. Glenn, any?
No, I agree with Michigan. Yeah, we watched that game in
Okay.
Milwaukee before the Admirals game.
Went to Admiral game?
Yeah.
Nice. How'd it go?
It was good.
Was there a band after that night?
No,
Who won?
Admirals. Yeah, against the Stars. It was close, 4-3.
Nice.
Yeah, they came back at the end.
Entertaining.
Lots of fights. It was really good. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, sort of. They don't let them fight really anymore. But
No, they tickle more now.
yeah.
Tickle fights are fun though. That's a world champion tickle fighter.
Just
heard-
no 1 year.
World
Was it-
champion. You
yeah,
won world
yeah,
champion.
one time.
Well, I didn't say
I didn't defend it. I quit after I retired. Right after.
I didn't say back to back.
I was looking at something. Illinois barely got past Chattanooga too, and then lost. Who'd they lose to?
just yesterday. Didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah.
Oh, they lost to Houston.
Houston, yeah. Well, I mean, Houston was a good team. So
St. Pete beating UK.
Yeah, we'll say Pete. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Kentucky. That is. I know I said but yeah, that was crazy. And that's nuts.
Big time.
And then them beating Murray State too. Murray State's a good basketball team too.
Right.
I mean,
John Morant's came from there.
Marquette didn't do too well.
no. Okay,
I mean, Iowa got beat by Richmond.
yeah, Spiders.
I mean, it's a 12-5, so you kind of expect a couple of those, but
Yeah.
Not Iowa for how well he played during the Big Ten tournament. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, I did one of my pools. I picked all Big Ten teams to be in the Final Four.
Did you?
Then I picked Purdue versus Wisconsin. But I picked Wisconsin to win. So if Purdue,
how's that working out?
if I would have picked Purdue to win it, I would have an outside chance probably to win it just because of Purdue. Not many people probably picked them to win. But no, it's not working out.
I didn't have a $1.10 bet for a 23-way parlay to win.
$10 million.
Yeah, no, it was like 100. He missed
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
one. It was a 3-pointer to win the game. He lost that one, but he won $400 million after taxes
What?
on a $1.10 bet,
What? 400 million?
or 400,000. Did I say million?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
400,000. 1 million.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
that's a lot of money.
He must have a laptop.
Yeah. Sorry.
Wait
400
a second.
400K.
You said 400 million. I'm like, what? We're going to that casino when we go. I swear to God, we're sitting there
Right.
all weekend picking 23 games.
Right.
You can't talk about laptops right now. There's a if for historical sake, if anybody comes and looks at this show, we're talking about a completely different laptop.
So,
Twitter.
do you have something else?
Yeah. Did you see this weekend that Darren Baker, who's a prospect for the Nationals, traded cards with his old man lineup cards?
Mhm.
And then who was it that took him away from home plate when they were playing the A's?
That was the old first baseman for them.
Was it JT? No, JT Snow played for the.
Yeah, yeah.
It was JT Snow.
I think
wasn't it?
JT Stu grab. Remember, didn't JT Snow grab his kid from
Yeah.
give him the bat? pull
Yeah,
him
he
away?
was out by home plate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. So
JT, and then I made a rule then after that everybody had to be over 16 that did that. Then,
right.
so you're a bat man, basically, not a bat boy.
So Dusty Baker was born in 1949,
My dad's age.
and his son is in the minor leagues.
Ooh, so I had him when he was 50,
At least, yeah.
52, 50. Wow.
Well, I'm gonna look it up because I got this thing called Wikipedia on here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of crap on here.
You got any jokes, Willie?
I do have some jokes.
Of course you do, Willie.
Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it's a soap opera.
Wait.
He was 50 when he had him.
All right.
And
Today,
it was JT Snow.
Okay.
I was driving through Sturtevant earlier today, and I actually saw a dwarf prisoner climbing down a wall. I thought to myself, now that's a little condescending.
Condescending.
Dad, are we pyromaniacs? Yes, we are, son. Arson.
Yes, sweet arson. I like that.
I got one. This is from the official dad joke Facebook feed. Pete the Serial Flash was thinking about retiring, but he's gonna stick it out for one more year.
Ah!
Hey, I'm in control of this. So all my jokes
Yeah.
are funny.
You missed the crickets on a couple of his.
Yeah. I don't. They didn't even deserve crickets.
The crickets died.
The
Abort
The crickets
them.
were like, screw this.
Where did the pirate happen to get his hook? From the secondhand store.
What did the drummer name his daughters? Anna 1 and Anna 2.
That's first try. Shoot him down. Sorry,
You
Ed.
made like a crashing plane.
I'm
No.
taking over for Bradley
In the new
tonight.
America, I need to go. Good job, Ed. Good job, Ed.
Ed's Woman of the Year.
God.
Last night, a storm blew away 25% of my roof. Oof.
Ah!
Oof. Tom.
You know, Russian nesting dolls are so full of themselves.
Yeah, nice, Billy.
Did you know? This is very dumb. The symbol M in McDonald's represents the first letter of the McDonald's, which is an M.
Who put that on there? A man and a giraffe walk into a bar. After a few drinks, the giraffe falls over and dies. The man begins to walk out when the bartender stops him. Hey, you can't leave that lion around here. Bartender yells out. Man turns around. It's a lion. It's not a lion. It's a giraffe. I screwed it up.
Yes, you did.
Oh God.
This beer is good.
2 men broke into a drugstore and stole all the Viagra. Willie was one of them. The police put out an alert to be on the look for 2 hardened criminals.
I like the hardened part.
Kind of in between. I give you a rim shot and a cricket. The cricket playing the drums.
I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Why did Spock want to see Captain Kirk's bathroom?
The captain's log.
You know, I'm gonna give her a shot, guys, because of Ed's laugh.
I knew where
He
that
was
was.
so excited.
I knew it.
I thought I heard music coming from my printer, so I went to go check it out. Turns out it was just jamming.
I went the other. You notice I went the other way. I was smiling and then went to. Oh, that was
Oh.
It's
horrible.
jamming.
And you
know,
guys
it
all
always
went from
jams.
sad to laughing.
All right, Ed. Knock knock.
Who's there?
You're up.
You're a poo.
You jerk. I'm not a poo.
I knew it. These are awful.
I really like it when the earth rotates. It makes my day.
Ah.
Are these the segments we cut out?
Why don't crows ever get hit by automobiles? Because they warn each other. Car, car, car.
That's the second worst bird. You know what the worst
at the
one
time.
is?
Is this thing on? I lost my watch. Thank
The
God.
blue jays are the worst bird. Those crows, they're pretty bad. You know, we don't see a lot of them, but the blue jays. You ever been out? Well, you guys don't hunt. Glenn knows. You're just sitting out in the woods all quiet, you know, and maybe there's a squirrel over there doing something, and then some birds just tweeting. And then like a blue jay flies in, and all of a sudden it's just they just start screaming
jays
at
do?
you. Oh my god, they're awful.
That's a mockingjay.
That was a mockingjay. I seen that movie. No, they're horrible.
Ever see a smoking jay?
Every time he visits.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Jay Cutler.
What do you got, Willie? Anything else?
I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I can't
I
give
thi-
you any more because
I think we've done enough
I
tonight.
got the music if you want it, just for the heck. of
Oh
it.
yeah, we'll finish up with music.
1972. Band name was America.
Oh,
A horse with no name.
There you go.
one of the worst lyrics written too. I mean, it just
In
boring.
the desert with a horse with no name.
They wrote that in high school. They were sitting in like study hall. They wrote it.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does.
Sitting at the nerd
It's a
lunch
catchy
table.
song, but it's
Had
just
a good tempo and stuff too and everything.
been to the desert on a horse with no name. So good. Get out of the brain. Yeah, that's the best part actually. What else you got, Willie?
1977. Song by Daryl Hall and John Oates.
What year?
1977.
No, Rich Girl was later.
Bitch.
You want it? Ding, ding, ding.
Rich Girl?
Rich Girl.
Is
Yeah.
that old? Wow.
Yeah.
She's a rich girl, and you go too far, and you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on your old man's money.
John, is that you?
You can rely on. She's a rich girl.
This 1982. How would I describe her?
82, Juice Newton.
Pat Benatar.
It was her name and something with hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
No.
Juice Newton.
No,
That was a good guess.
Play with the Queen of Hearts.
That's a Rodney.
No,
it's,
really smart.
That's a cover of a Rodney Crowell song.
I love rock and roll.
Joan Jett.
Oh, Joan Jett. I
Jett,
said
yeah.
Pat
Joan
Benatar.
Jett.
my
Pat Benatar.
fault.
I thought he said no. You don't.
What's that got to do with hearts?
Black Hearts.
Black
Yeah.
Hearts.
But
Oh.
yeah, it was kind of weird.
There's 3 girls in
Um,
this place that look like Pat Benatar.
This band, it's a remake. I'll give you the name of the song. You see if you can name the band. 1987. Name of the song was "Lean on Me."
Nouveau.
Oh my God.
You have to have one word in front of it.
Club Nouveau.
There you go.
Yeah.
Club
That was
Nouveau.
from the Bill Withers song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lean on me.
Me.
That was a remake for that movie.
Lean on Me?
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Yeah.
They redid it for
Was
that.
he
Yeah.
the Batman guy?
Batman. Joe Clark.
Yeah, Joe Clark.
Great movie too.
Wish we had him as a principal.
We need
So that
we need Joe
stupid-
Clark back.
So that stupid Pulaski.
This girl,
guy.
you probably looked at her in a I don't know if she was in Playboy or Penthouse. You probably looked at her there.
Fox.
She was a she wore a
Tiffany.
she wore a crown.
Queen of Hearts, Juice Newton.
What
No.
year?
1992.
Oh Jesus.
1992. She wore a crown.
She wore a crown and was in a first time ever one of these that wore a crown was in a centerfold. I think she's married to Rick Fox, I believe.
Oh, Vanessa Williams.
There you go.
Beauty
Save
queen.
the best for last.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Ed, you had that in your collection, I believe.
No, not
Still
that one.
does.
No, it's all stuck to the
Stuck together.
They're stuck. Three of them are stuck
All you can
together.
see is her hair now.
That one. Yeah, that one's. Oh my god. Yeah,
Best
that,
joke ever. You win.
you think that's bad? El McPherson's really pissed.
Her face is plastered to your box springs.
Did you ever
Her
see
and
that,
Vanessa Williams now are stuck together for eternity.
that commercial with just Aaron Donald's head? Well, it's all the ink's been run off of all the pages.
The invisible suit. Yeah.
1997, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, Puff Daddy featuring Maz.
Oh, yeah.
And then 2007, Glamorous, Fergie featuring Ludacris.
Fergie, national treasure.
There you go.
Oh my god. Another girl you could bang if you had some heroin. Jesus. Whatever. I think she's all clean now, isn't she?
How many was she ever druggy?
Oh, she was dirty.
Well, she was married to Josh Jamal for years.
Yeah.
They just got divorced recently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was riding dirty.
And Josh Jamal's a hunk.
He still is.
Great movie, great TV show. We talked
Las
about that.
Vegas. Yep.
Las Vegas. We talked about it a few weeks ago. James Caan.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say? James Caan was punching everybody.
He punched
What'd you say?
every
Punching-
episode. He punched a guy.
And then the black guy in the show was in another TV show where he's married to Holly Berry. They were neighbors.
Yeah,
That was a
what
good
the
show.
heck's that guy's
He was
name?
cool though too. It was funny too. And then what's
It
her
was
name? Was in
Mike
it?
on the show. His
Yeah,
name was Mike.
Yeah, and the girl was good looking back in the day,
Yeah.
but she
The
got
girl with the
facelifty.
lips.
Married to Jay
Nikki.
Moore or was married to Jay
Nikki,
Moore. Yeah, what was her? Nikki
Cox.
Cox. I just want you to say it.
I see that. We need a toilet flushing.
I got a paper cut. Oh, that hurts.
How do you get a paper cut pressing a button?
Beer is good.
Hopefully, it's not in your bowling hand.
Oh my
Probably won't matter. I gotta track our balls.
Oh, wow.
You ever watch?
I gotta track our balls. Yeah.
Shipped
You wonder why we have 0 listeners?
There's 2.
Oh, really?
They're enthused. Oh, Jeff, good evening, fellas. Can't hear you guys that good. Just practicing some bowling right now. Jeff.
Yeah. He's going too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff's going.
Me and Willie are the only guys that aren't going to bowling.
Yeah.
bowling.
I got a big fantasy.
When do you guys
draft that
leave?
weekend.
Yeah, baby.
He leaves Wednesday.
I live Wednesday.
I leave Friday.
Holy crap.
I'm flying out.
Spearmint Rhino, watch out.
Flying, flying out there. My arms be tired to bowl though.
Oh!
That's why I'm going early to rest.
Oh, okay. Is that what we got? You got anything else? Glenn, you got anything?
No.
Glenn goes, no.
How do I follow this up?
You got anything, Ed?
I got a lot of shit on here. Probably shouldn't say most of it.
Well, pick one
Oh.
or 2.
No, you know that guy. I just saw this, though. I did have this written down. Do you know that guy with the laptop? Not the laptop we were talking about, but the other laptop. His do you know what his girl's call sign was? Like, or I don't know what you'd call him, but like Twitter sign
Username or whatever. Yeah.
at Weed Slut 420. At Weed Slut 420.
Was it 420-2? Because isn't that Shauna's too?
No, hers is grass and cheese.
Dirty back seat 69.
dirty backseat 69.
Oh my God.
Shauna.
You never, there's no girl that gets that name because if you've ever tried it in the back seat, it doesn't work. You cannot do that. Somebody's foot's out a window. One's underneath the steering wheel.
What are you driving a Pinto?
You see the size of me? Look at the cartoon. Where are we?
Oh, look at this picture.
Jesus. The cartoon. I'm 6'4", 320.
Ding! Where's Dan Patrick?
Bradley gets mad. He goes, "Why are you so much bigger than the rest of us?" Because I fucking eat all the time. I'm always eating cookies.
Why isn't air? Jeff wrote, "I have the best bowling partner ever." Oh,
He doesn't know I didn't put you as his partner yet. Now he does.
yikes! You're both weed slut 69 or 420.
24. Yeah, anything
She
weed
might
is
be there in
420.
Vegas.
Weed slut 420 is your partner, Jeff. Oh, weed slut. What the?
That's her actual name.
It's pretty funny, actually. Give her credit. Bet mom and dad are proud.
Yeah.
It's a birth name.
We call her Wendy for sure.
Yeah. Do we have enough in yet or no? Are we good?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
I think you guys are weed sluts the way you're giggling down here.
You said we got enough in yet. Well, I don't think we can handle the whole 4 inches.
Really? I told you we can make fun of my gut. Well, we're not making fun of my 4 inches. Come on.
I apologize.
I'm out of here.
I digress. Go ahead.
Oh,
My stomach hurts.
I
from-
forgot.
from eating too much and laughing.
I'm just watching Far Side comics over here. Well, you guys are bullshitting.
Go, I think it's something
No,
else. remember.
I'm done now.
Okay,
I'm
well,
done.
Closing thoughts then. Ed, what are your closing thoughts?
I don't even know anymore. I'm so off guard here. I had a good time at the weekend at all the games.
Cool.
As always, that was our 4th straight time
I
going.
think 4th time I've been there. Yeah.
Next year we're doing a road trip for it. Willie, you're not invited because you never show up anymore.
Well, I was planning right.
I think we're gonna go to.
What do you think? Orlando, Sacramento,
I don't know. Orlando again. Well,
Sacramento. We can get
I thought Des
weed
Moines.
slut
I
420.
thought Des Moines would be nice.
No, we're not going to Des Moines. If we're going somewhere, we're going somewhere decent.
Omaha.
Omaha will be okay, but
Yeah,
it's
it's not
there.
tomorrow. Not next year.
Go to Vegas for the second round.
There you go.
There you go.
That'd be more. That'd be pricey.
It'd be You're right.
I think it's because Chicago is expensive. You said
Yeah,
this weekend, right?
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
expensive.
it's crazy
But if you walk in right before, you probably get some. I mean, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a few.
in Vegas. Weed sluts outside want to make extra cash.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
Glenn.
Did you guys talk about what Peyton Manning said about Brady's Super Bowls?
Oh, that was
Yeah,
awesome.
well,
You
yeah,
guys
go-
mentioned it?
No, go ahead. We can talk about it. Go ahead.
Oh, he said Brady would have 11 Super Bowls if it wasn't for his mom.
Your mom, Trebek.
No,
was fun.
I'm excited for Vegas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna catch a hockey game. Tying
Yeah,
in the sports theme. We're gonna see Blackhawks play the Golden Knights.
Is that right? Awesome.
Yeah, Saturday noon.
Yeah.
Do a little bowling. Maybe win some money.
Carrot Top.
We haven't
We're still
decided yet.
Cirque du
we're
Soleil.
still picking a show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, ask the
Hey.
fans. Give you suggestions.
I heard they got down in Mexico. I heard they got Cirque du Soleil down in one of the places.
Yeah,
Really?
I've never seen a donkey jump off a diving board like that before.
with,
donkey-
with a woman attached.
Can you believe that donkey can swing for that trapeze?
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot. Comes from upbringing. Parents are probably idiots too.
Willie, this is the best show ever.
This is. Well, this will be Willie's last show. He's retiring after this. It's like
Right.
getting a walk off. It's like hitting a walk off home run in the World Series. Just get out.
I got nothing to
keep
come
walking.
back to.
Yeah.
He just bat flipped and he's gone.
You know what? And the bat hit me in the head.
Oh my god!
Like the bat rack. It's greatest story ever.
What's that?
You ever heard the bat rack story?
No.
Willie? Oh, it's
Tell it. Let's do it. We got time.
so we're playing softball. Like, it's gonna be funnier to us because the visual is incredible. So we play softball in Fond du Lac, and you're playing Fond du Lac before?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know how the bats hang on? They have those things you hang
Yeah.
on. And they're kind of far down. So Willie's pitching, and I'm catching, and I think it's a pop up in the infield gets hit. A pop up to foul territory by the bat rack. Well, oh no. It was I'm sorry. he's covering behind the thing. It was a bad throw off line.
So Hop threw the ball in.
Probably
Okay.
and hit the wall, and I was catching. I couldn't get to it. It was so far right. So Willie's backing up, and he was right. It bounced off of Karam right to him. As it caroms to him, he goes to grab it, and he's wearing shin guards. So if someone hits the middle,
Yeah,
of the ball,
right.
he gets his leg, his shin guard caught in the fence, and the bats all start falling out. and here's what's happening. And all I do is the ball's rolling through the infield, and all of us are, and I just stop that and go. I start laughing at him as he's getting tuk, 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 tuk.
And they're just falling all over me.
And Hop just commented, Fondy's story is the best.
Was it him that made the throw?
I don't know, it might have been. A good chance it
Good
was.
chance it was Hop.
No, it probably wasn't because he would have thrown it over the backstop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hop, no
You
backstop.
know, to be honest, it would have been right over. It would have been directly over my head because he throws pretty on target.
Yeah,
but
you're
you don't know,
true.
You don't know. You know exactly if it's
Yeah,
going low or high.
Yeah, you ain't lying there.
Hop just wrote properly.
No, he's right though. Hop's throws are way more accurate, but a lot higher.
So yeah, that's
There's
why
no-
that's why I was crying telling this story because if you see the visual, it just got his foot caught and then he couldn't like get out.
I couldn't
and
get out.
bats are falling. He just kind of.
Well, lucky he wasn't
That
drinking.
explains a lot right now.
Yeah, it was a morning game, so he probably it was probably hungover. But
Maybe, yeah.
it was a Saturday morning
Yeah,
game.
Saturday
It was a
morning
Saturday
game, yeah,
morning
yeah.
game, probably about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. No, probably because we were there Friday, so it wasn't probably too bad. But
Yeah.
well, it was funny.
I didn't blow a blood vessel in my eye.
Stupid blood vessels.
Yeah, I know that was horrible looking. From throwing up all night.
I got sick from Taco John's, man.
That's what did it. So
Lucky you weren't in Shauna's back seat with that.
he'd have popped something else.
A lot of my eye, a lot more than my eye got blown out. So, any closing thoughts, Willie?
Man, can't wait to hear some stories from Vegas. You know,
It stays in Vegas.
well,
Oh yeah.
sometimes it does. Depends on how much drink you have.
I'm not drinking at all.
Me either.
Right.
Just
Okay.
water. It's a dry
Well,
weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I actually went the only time I've been to Vegas, we stayed in a hotel a little bit out of town. The whole place was full of nuns. I'm not shitting you. They were all there for like a nun convention in Vegas. It was crazy.
were they
Ask
real
Amber.
nuns or dressed up?
No,
nuns?
they look like Sally Field.
So
Really?
Ed walked up to one of the nuns. He says, "You know, I've always had a fantasy that
No.
I wanted to screw a nun." So she's like, "You know what? If you decide you'll become a Catholic after this, that I'll let you do this." So Ed went after it and he got it done. And he walked up to her and he goes, "I'm not really." He goes, I'll do it if you're Catholic." He goes, "I'm not really Catholic. I'm Jewish." She goes, "Well, I'm not really a nun."
Okay.
Well, that's what you told me. Isn't that the way it goes?
No, I wasn't Jewish.
Well, Willie's back.
Yeah.
I
Where'd cool Willie go?
I should have quit while I was ahead.
Once he got hit in the head with those bats, he just went off kilter now.
So Ed was in Vegas and he met a janitor. And he told the janitor, if I could sweep your floors, I'm not a janitor. I don't sweep floors.
So nowadays, the nun would have said, "Well, I'm not really a woman." So
I'm Father O'Leary. What the hell? Holy shit.
Okay, anyway. Willie, any closing thoughts?
Let's end this so we can watch basketball. The
The show.
Did you
Rise of Lakers.
Yeah, I went out to get gas today, Willie. Did you see that? Those prices are horrible. I forgot my ski mask and I couldn't get it. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just being stupid now.
So once again, we're the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. Hop said it was like Sister Act 2, Fred.
No, it was only one. She said, "Ed, you ain't getting none." Get it? None. No,
None of these nuns.
None of these nuns. That is way better.
On that note, we're out here.
Yeah.
We are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast with Ed,
Yeah, me.
Glenn, and Willie. Eric's off tonight. He's on
assignment.
He's on assignment. But yeah, without well, hopefully you'll see in 2 weeks. We're off.
We're
next
taking
Monday.
off next week, so
Taking off 2
nobody
weeks. We'll
listening.
be back the 90 National Championship. Maybe try to get on early, like at 6. We'll do our show if we can. And we'll
Yeah.
watch the game after, and that you guys can listen a pregame with us, and then watch the game after. I think game starts like 8:20 anyway that night. It's stupid. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. I think it's the 4th. It would be.
Yeah.
4th.
We'll tell you how the Zags and the Nova game's going to go.
Yeah, we will tell you.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. So once again, we are the Basement Benchwarmers podcast. We'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Have a good week and happy NCAA tournament next weekend once again.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome. Bye, Felicia.
Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It feels so